This mysterious photograph captured by NASA's Solar and Heliospheric Observatory has quickly been shared around groups that investigate strange space anomalies. The image, which was shared by an individual known online as Skywatcher, depicts a massive glowing object positioned close to the Sun. While the Sun itself radiates with its swirling plasma and magnetic arcs, the true point of fascination lies just beside it, an almost perfect, symmetrical, star-shaped structure with a bright central core and evenly spaced points radiating outward. Unlike the chaotic shapes of natural cosmic debris, this object appears calculated, geometric, and astonishingly deliberate in design. Skywatcher, who spends countless hours poring through solar images made publicly available by NASA, stated that the photograph was taken only one day before NASA was scheduled to deliver a significant update regarding the interstellar comet known as 3I Atlas. This timing alone has fueled widespread speculation. This discovery comes just hours after a NASA live stream was suddenly cut off when a mysterious UFO appeared close to the International Space Station, prompting widespread speculation, drawing intense reactions across social media, and leaving many convinced that the timing was far too coincidental to ignore, especially since viewers claimed they clearly saw a structured object drifting into view moments before the feed went dark. For years, this dedicated observer has combed through high-resolution frames, adjusting brightness, magnifying key areas, and searching tirelessly for unusual patterns near the Sun. According to him, strange anomalies have appeared on multiple occasions, yet none have matched the clarity, structure, or scale of the star-shaped object revealed in this particular image. The object in question possesses an otherworldly architecture. Its core glows with intense brightness, encircled by radiating lines so evenly spaced that they resemble the precision of engineered machinery rather than any naturally occurring phenomenon. Comets, asteroids, meteoroids, and fragments of space debris all bear the scars of violent formation, battered surfaces, random contours, and the irregularities expected of materials shaped by collision and erosion. But the geometry of this object is nothing like that. Its balanced symmetry and perfect radial design evoke the unmistakable suggestion of intentional construction. This striking form has led observers to conclude that the object may be artificial. Many believe no natural process in the Sun's extreme environment could generate such uniformity. The Sun's surroundings are among the most hostile environments in the known universe. At the visible surface, temperatures reach roughly 5,500 degrees Celsius, and the solar corona above it spikes to temperatures counted in the millions. Plasma storms sweep outward at unimaginable speeds, while radiation floods through space in every direction. Nothing created by humans could survive such conditions, and yet this object seems entirely unaffected. Its shape remains sharp, its glow unwavering, as if heat and radiation mean nothing to its structure. If the object is solid, then the materials comprising it must be far beyond anything humanity has ever forged. The mere presence of such a structure implies access to physics, metallurgy, and engineering far above current scientific understanding. Observers have noted that even the Parker Solar Probe, humanity's most heat-resistant spacecraft, requires specialized shielding and careful maneuvering to survive at distances still far from the proximity where this object appears. For another structure to calmly sit near the Sun, radiating light while remaining perfectly intact, suggests mastery of technology's centuries, perhaps even millennia, beyond present human capability. The object's possible scale also defies belief. Using the Sun's diameter as a reference, some researchers estimate that the structure could be enormous, potentially rivaling or even surpassing the size of Earth. If such estimates are accurate, the object cannot be dismissed as a lens flare or a fleeting artifact from the imaging equipment. A structure of that magnitude would reshape humanity's understanding of what is possible. No known celestial phenomenon forms stable geometric constructs of such immense size. A star-shaped object larger than Earth, positioned close to the Sun yet resisting destruction, demands explanation. This has led many to theorize that the object may be harvesting solar energy. For decades, scientists have speculated about the potential of megastructures capable of capturing energy directly from stars. The concept of a Dyson structure, a stellar energy collector, has been part of scientific theory for more than half a century. While entirely hypothetical in human science, the idea remains a benchmark for what an advanced civilization might achieve. If a technologically superior species wished to harness the sun's energy output, placing a partially constructed or modular device near the star itself could be a logical step. The star-shaped configuration also aligns with long-standing speculation that advanced probes might adopt shapes optimized for withstanding intense heat, radiation, and solar wind. A symmetrical structure could help stabilize orientation, gather data, or disperse energy across multiple limbs. The equal spacing of the points might represent collection nodes, sensors, or stabilization beams. While this remains conjecture, the uniformity of the object strongly implies purpose. Furthermore, this is far from the first time unusual objects have been captured near the Sun. For years, solar researchers, both amateur and professional, have noted strange geometric forms appearing in satellite images. These include cube-shaped anomalies, spherical shadows, perfectly angular silhouettes, and star-like formations that appear briefly before vanishing in subsequent frames. The mystery of the Apollo 8 creatures. In December 1968, during the historic Apollo 8 mission, a series of unusual photographs emerged that have since become the focus of one of space exploration's more peculiar mysteries. The images appeared to depict massive, pale, tentacled objects seemingly floating in space near Earth. These strange shapes quickly captured the imagination of enthusiasts and researchers alike, with some suggesting they were living alien creatures, colossal beings capable of surviving in the vacuum of space. Others speculated that they could be enormous spacecraft of non-human origin, hidden in plain sight during one of humanity's most important space missions. NASA has never issued a definitive statement confirming or denying the nature of these objects. This lack of official clarification has only fueled speculation. Against such a backdrop of technological triumph, the appearance of mysterious, squid-like shapes in mission photographs seemed almost too strange to be true. Some experts have suggested that these space squids were the result of photographic artifacts. However, there are those who remain unconvinced by this explanation. They point to the sheer scale of the objects in the photographs and the way their forms appear to occupy three-dimensional space rather than lying flat like a photographic blemish. Some theorists argue that if such creatures or structures exist, they may inhabit areas near planetary bodies, possibly feeding on solar radiation or existing in forms of life unfamiliar to Earth's biology. The intrigue surrounding the Apollo 8 images has been reinforced by accounts from astronauts who have described seeing unexplained phenomena during their missions. The Apollo 8 space squid mystery serves as a compelling example of how a single set of images can challenge perceptions, spark theories, and keep alive the sense of wonder that drives exploration itself. Mysterious object seen leaving the Moon. A peculiar photograph has circulated among space enthusiasts, showing what appears to be a mysterious object departing from the surface of the Moon. The image captures a small but distinct form seemingly in motion, leaving behind a faint trail as if propelled away from the lunar surface. The backdrop is the stark blackness of space, contrasted by the pale, cratered terrain of the Moon. The nature of the object and its trajectory have led to much speculation, as the available information on the image is scarce. Even reverse image searches yield very little detail, adding to the intrigue surrounding its origin and authenticity. What makes the image particularly compelling is the suggestion of movement implied by the trail, which gives the impression that this is not simply a stationary anomaly or a camera artifact. The trail suggests propulsion or displacement, raising questions about whether the object is of human origin, a natural ejection from the Moon's surface, or something entirely different. Without official confirmation or data, theories remain speculative. The mystery is deepened by the fact that no human has returned to the Moon since the Apollo 17 mission in December of 1972. This long absence is puzzling to many, especially considering that today's technology is far more advanced than it was during the Apollo era. The engineering capabilities, computational power, and spaceflight experience available now would, in theory, make returning to the Moon and establishing a human presence more achievable than ever before. Yet, despite these advancements, decades have passed without another manned lunar mission. For some, this gap raises questions that go beyond budgetary or political explanations. There are those who believe that something significant was discovered during the Apollo missions, something that may have discouraged further human activity on the Moon. This theory suggests that the Apollo astronauts may have encountered phenomena or evidence that led to a decision, whether public or classified, to limit future manned exploration. The image of the unidentified object leaving the Moon feeds directly into such speculation. If the object is not a natural lunar occurrence, such as debris from a meteor impact, then the possibility arises that it could be a craft or device, either of human or non-human design. The idea of advanced technology operating in proximity to the Moon is compelling, especially for those who already suspect that the Moon might host unknown activities beyond public awareness. While skeptics argue that the object could be explained by lens artifacts, debris close to the camera, or other mundane causes, the lack of clear information means definitive conclusions remain out of reach. As with many anomalies in space imagery, the absence of context allows the mystery to persist. In a time when the mysteries of space continue to captivate the minds of both scientists and enthusiasts alike, one man has found himself at the center of a growing conversation about what may be hiding in the vast, rocky landscapes of Mars. Mr. Callahan, a lifelong space enthusiast and dedicated amateur astronomer, has spent years of his life poring over countless images transmitted by NASA's Mars Curiosity rover. Driven by an insatiable curiosity and a deep-seated belief in the possibility of extraterrestrial life, he has long sought evidence that life may once have thrived, or still thrives, on the red planet. Mr. Callahan's commitment to this cause has been unwavering. His fascination with space exploration dates back to his early years, and he has spent thousands of hours analyzing the high-resolution photographs released by NASA, frame by frame. For him, each image was a potential key to unlocking one of the universe's most enduring mysteries, whether humanity is truly alone. But beyond his passion lay a suspicion, one that had grown stronger over the years, that NASA was not being fully transparent with the public. He believed that while the agency had made groundbreaking discoveries, not all of them were being openly shared. In his view, the possibility that life once existed on Mars, or even still exists, was too important to be brushed aside. Then, one seemingly ordinary evening, while browsing a batch of Curiosity rover images, Mr. Callahan experienced a moment that would define all his years of searching. As his eyes scanned the barren Martian terrain captured in the latest photos, he suddenly noticed something unusual, nestled within the jagged rocks and shadows. It was subtle, almost perfectly camouflaged against the rust-colored landscape, but unmistakably distinct. There, amid the desolate setting, appeared to be a structure resembling a crab-like creature. The object had a muted, reddish tone, blending seamlessly with its environment, making it nearly invisible at first glance. Its body appeared to be covered in a hardened exoskeleton, and it featured 10 thin, arched limbs extending outward in a symmetrical pattern. To the untrained eye, it could easily be dismissed as just another oddly shaped rock. But to Mr. Callahan, who had spent years studying similar images, it was clear that this was something different. This was not just a trick of light or a camera anomaly. This was something potentially significant. With great care, he downloaded the image and began comparing it to other photographs taken from slightly different angles and lighting conditions. His aim was to rule out any possibility that the object was a product of lens distortion or photographic error. The results only reinforced his belief. The shape remained consistent. The structure cast subtle yet visible shadows. Its placement in the surrounding terrain aligned across multiple frames. To him, this was not just a coincidence, it was something real. The discovery ignited a renewed determination within him. Over the next several weeks, he devoted every spare hour to examining the anomaly in more detail. He reached out to professionals in the field of astrobiology, asking for their input and insight. He sent carefully crafted messages to experts, attached the relevant images, and explained his analysis in clear and logical terms. Most importantly, he contacted NASA directly, hoping to receive a clear response or perhaps even acknowledgement of the strange formation. He didn't receive a response. Mr. Callahan's experience is not unique. In recent years, countless individuals around the world have devoted their time to carefully studying NASA's archive of Martian images. These citizen scientists and independent researchers have discovered a range of curious formations, from odd geometric shapes to structures that appear unnaturally symmetrical. While many of these findings can be attributed to natural geological processes or image artifacts, a number of them remain unexplained, fueling speculation and debate across the scientific and public spheres alike. Mars has long fascinated humanity, and the growing body of unusual sightings in its images continues to captivate those who believe that there may be more to the planet than meets the eye. Some researchers argue that Mars, in its ancient past, may have been home to microbial life or even more complex organisms. They suggest that its current barren state does not rule out the possibility that remnants of that life, or even hidden ecosystems, could still exist beneath its surface or camouflaged within its rocky terrain. For Mr. Callahan, the crab-like object remains the most convincing evidence he has ever seen. His analysis was not rushed, nor were his conclusions drawn from excitement alone. Years of careful study and comparison gave him the tools to approach the discovery with a discerning eye. He does not claim to have all the answers, but he firmly believes that the anomaly deserves further scientific inquiry. His story serves as a reminder of the important role that citizen researchers can play in modern science. While institutions like NASA lead the way in space exploration, the global community of enthusiasts and independent thinkers also contributes meaningfully to the search for knowledge. Mr. Callahan's findings may yet prove to be a simple rock formation shaped by ancient winds and erosion. Or they may represent the first step toward an even greater revelation. Until that question is answered, Mr. Callahan continues his work, carefully examining every new image, refining his analysis, and encouraging others to keep looking. For him, and for many like him, the search for truth among the stars is not just a hobby. It is a mission driven by wonder, determination, and the unshakable belief that the universe still holds secrets waiting to be discovered. Many people around the world believe that Mars may have once supported life. This belief is fueled by both scientific theories and visual anomalies captured in photographs taken by NASA's Mars rovers. Over the years, these rovers, such as Curiosity and Perseverance, have sent back thousands of high-resolution images from the Martian surface. While many of these photos show vast deserts, rock formations, and dry terrain, some images have sparked intense curiosity and debate due to strange features that appear to defy natural explanation. Among the anomalies that have been spotted are objects resembling artificial structures, carved stones, humanoid shapes, and even what appear to be fossil-like forms. While many scientists argue that these are simply the result of pareidolia, a psychological tendency to see familiar shapes in random patterns, others are not so sure. Amateur researchers and space enthusiasts have pointed out that some formations seem too symmetrical or specific to be explained by mere coincidence or erosion. The theory that Mars once had life is not entirely speculative. There is strong evidence that liquid water existed on the planet's surface in the distant past. Scientists have discovered signs of ancient riverbeds, minerals that form only in the presence of water, and even ice beneath the surface. If Mars once had a stable atmosphere and flowing water, it is reasonable to consider that microbial life, or even more complex organisms, might have existed there. Whether the anomalies are remnants of past life, ancient alien technology, or simply rocks shaped by wind and time, the fascination with Mars continues to grow. In the vast expanse of the Martian landscape, where the red sands stretch as far as the eye can see, the Mars rover has been tirelessly exploring, uncovering secrets hidden beneath the surface of the mysterious planet. Among the countless images transmitted back to Earth, one photograph in particular has captured the imagination of the world, a striking image that appears to show the unmistakable silhouette of a skeletal figure exposed on the barren surface of Mars. The photograph, taken by the Mars rover's high-resolution camera, reveals a scene both eerie and intriguing, a stark contrast to the desolate landscape that surrounds it. Against the backdrop of the Martian horizon, the skeletal figure stands out in stark relief, its elongated limbs and skull-like features etched against the dusty red soil. Speculation about the origins of the mysterious skeleton has run rampant since the image was first released to the public. Some have suggested that it could be the remains of an ancient Martian civilization, long extinct and forgotten beneath the sands of time. Others have proposed more outlandish theories, positing that it may be evidence of extraterrestrial life or even the remnants of a long-lost astronaut stranded on the surface of Mars. But skeptics caution against jumping to conclusions, pointing out the tendency of the human brain to perceive familiar shapes and patterns in random stimuli. They argue that the skeleton-like figure may be nothing more than a trick of light and shadow, a natural formation sculpted by the harsh Martian winds over millions of years. Despite the skepticism, the photograph has reignited debate about the possibility of life on Mars and the tantalizing prospect of uncovering evidence of ancient civilizations on the red planet. For centuries, humans have looked to the stars with a sense of wonder and curiosity, searching for signs of life beyond our own planet. And while previous missions to Mars have yielded valuable data about the planet's geology and atmosphere, the question of whether life exists, or once existed, on Mars remains unanswered. The discovery of the skeleton-like figure is just the latest in a series of tantalizing clues that have fueled speculation about the possibility of life on Mars. In recent years, scientists have uncovered evidence of liquid water beneath the Martian surface, a key ingredient for life as we know it. They have also identified organic molecules in Martian rocks, suggesting that the planet may have once been capable of supporting microbial life. But the search for definitive proof of life on Mars continues, with future missions to the red planet poised to shed new light on the mysteries of our celestial neighbor. In the meantime, the photograph of the skeleton-like figure serves as a reminder of the boundless potential for discovery that awaits us in the uncharted depths of space. As scientists analyze the photograph and debate its significance, the public is left to ponder the implications of what may lie beyond the frame. In the vast expanse of the Martian landscape, NASA's Opportunity rover made a discovery that captured the imagination of scientists and space enthusiasts alike, a mysterious dome structure hidden among the rugged terrain of the red planet. This mysterious find, revealed through images transmitted back to Earth, sparked intrigue and speculation about its origins and purpose, fueling debates about the possibility of ancient civilizations on Mars. The discovery of the dome structure by NASA's Opportunity rover was a serendipitous moment in the ongoing exploration of Mars. As the rover traversed the Martian surface, its panoramic camera captured a series of images that revealed the presence of a distinctively shaped structure nestled amidst the rocky landscape. The dome structure, with its smooth, curved surface and symmetrical design, stood out against the backdrop of the Martian terrain. Its sheer size and unusual appearance immediately caught the attention of scientists and researchers at NASA, who quickly began analyzing the images to better understand the nature of this strange formation. Speculation about the dome structure abounded, with some suggesting that it could be a natural geological feature formed through processes such as erosion or volcanic activity. However, others were quick to point out the structure's striking resemblance to architectural designs found on Earth, leading to conjecture about its artificial origin. One prevailing theory proposed by amateur researchers and enthusiasts alike was that the dome structure could be the remnant of an ancient Martian civilization, a testament to the possibility that intelligent life may have once thrived on the red planet. Proponents of this theory pointed to the dome's intricate design and apparent construction as evidence of advanced technological capabilities beyond anything previously imagined. As images of the dome structure circulated among scientific communities and the public, speculation about its purpose and significance grew. Some hypothesized that it could have served as a shelter or habitat for Martian inhabitants, while others suggested that it may have held religious or ceremonial significance for the ancient civilization that built it. The discovery of the dome structure on Mars reignited long-standing debates about the possibility of life beyond Earth and the potential for ancient civilizations to exist in the far reaches of the universe. For many, it represented a tantalizing glimpse into the mysteries of our cosmic neighbors and the untold stories hidden within the Martian landscape. However, as with any scientific discovery, skepticism and caution tempered the initial excitement surrounding the dome structure. Some researchers cautioned against jumping to conclusions based on limited information, emphasizing the need for further investigation and analysis to determine the true nature of the formation. In the years since its discovery, the dome structure on Mars has remained a subject of fascination and speculation, inspiring ongoing research and exploration efforts to uncover its secrets. NASA's continued missions to the Red Planet, including the Perseverance rover and future manned missions, hold the promise of shedding new light on this mysterious formation and the broader question of life on Mars. Ultimately, the discovery of the dome structure on Mars serves as a reminder of the boundless possibilities of space exploration and the enduring quest to unlock the mysteries of the cosmos. Whether it represents evidence of ancient civilizations or simply a natural geological formation, its presence ignites our imagination and fuels our curiosity about the universe beyond our own planet. First and foremost, the fascination with mysterious Mars artifacts stems from the quest for knowledge and understanding. As we explore the Martian landscape through the lens of advanced technology, such as orbiters, landers, and rovers, we inevitably encounter anomalies that defy easy explanation. These out-of-place artifacts, ranging from unusual rock formations to seemingly engineered structures, challenge our understanding of Mars's geological and atmospheric processes. Each discovery prompts further investigation and analysis, driving scientific inquiry and pushing the boundaries of our knowledge. Moreover, the allure of mysterious Mars artifacts lies in their potential to unravel the planet's strange history. Mars, once believed to be a cold and lifeless world, has revealed evidence of a more dynamic and complex past. From ancient riverbeds and lake basins to mineral deposits suggestive of past water activity, Mars bears the scars of a planet shaped by geological forces and perhaps the presence of liquid water, an essential ingredient for life as we know it. In this context, out-of-place artifacts offer a tantalizing glimpse into Mars's past inhabitants, whether microbial or intelligent. Speculations abound regarding the origins and purposes of these artifacts, with some suggesting they could be remnants of ancient civilizations that once flourished on the Martian surface. The prospect of uncovering evidence of extraterrestrial life, even in microbial form, fuels our imagination and ignites our curiosity about the possibility of life beyond Earth. Furthermore, the study of mysterious Mars artifacts holds implications for future exploration and colonization efforts. As humanity looks to the stars for potential off-world habitats and resources, understanding Mars' geology, climate, and potential hazards becomes paramount. By studying out-of-place artifacts, scientists can glean valuable insights into the planet's past habitability and assess its suitability for human settlement. From identifying potential landing sites to mapping underground resources, these artifacts serve as signposts in humanity's ongoing journey to the Red Planet. Dr. Beatrice Villarroel's recent study has taken the scientific community by surprise, introducing a discovery so significant that, if confirmed, it could rewrite everything humanity thought it knew about space, technology, and our place in the universe. Her research, published under the title Aligned Multiple Transient Events in the First Palomar Sky Survey, presents evidence of what appears to be a vast and coordinated network of artificial objects in high Earth orbit, captured in photographs taken between the years 1949 and 1958, a full decade before the launch of Sputnik and the official dawn of human spaceflight. These findings are not merely interesting, they are staggering in their implications. The study is based on an in-depth analysis of the first Palomar Sky Survey, a historical archive of astronomical photographs collected well before humanity had the ability to place objects in orbit. Dr. Villarroel's team examined hundreds of thousands of images from this sky survey, seeking out flashes of light that appeared suddenly and then vanished just as quickly. These flashes, amounting to nearly 300,000 separate events, were too brief to be stars or cosmic phenomena and too frequent and organized to be dismissed as photographic error. More than 298,000 short-lived flashes of light were catalogued across these plates. Upon closer inspection, many of these flashes were aligned and occurred simultaneously across various sections of the sky. Their characteristics were consistent with sunlight reflecting off metallic surfaces, suggesting that they were solid physical objects orbiting Earth. These objects, according to the team's calculations, were located approximately 40,000 to 80,000 kilometers above Earth, placing them in high orbit, decades before humanity possessed rockets capable of reaching even low Earth orbit. One of the most critical aspects of the study was a simple yet decisive test. If these flashes were caused by photographic errors or cosmic rays, they would appear regardless of lighting conditions. However, when the suspected objects were within Earth's shadow, known as the umbra, the flashes completely vanished. When the same regions were illuminated by the sun, the flashes returned. This ruled out anomalies in the photographic plates themselves and strongly supported the conclusion that these were physical objects reflecting sunlight. The scientific weight of this discovery becomes undeniable when considering the statistical result of the analysis. The team recorded a result of 22 sigma, an almost unimaginable level of certainty in physics. For comparison, a 3 sigma finding is considered noteworthy. A 5 sigma result is required to confirm a new discovery, but 22 sigma, that is beyond extraordinary. It is a number so large that the likelihood of this being a coincidence is estimated at 1 in 10 to the power of 70, a number so small it effectively equates to 0. In the world of science, this level of certainty is considered definitive. When researchers say 22 sigma, they are not suggesting or speculating, they are declaring that the phenomenon is real. And this phenomenon is no minor blip. It is not 1 or 2 strange lights in the sky. It is a massive, organized array of artificial objects, hundreds of thousands of them, aligned and coordinated in a way that suggests intention and design. This is infrastructure, and it was there before humans had even left the atmosphere. Adding further weight to the implications, several of these flashes line up with major unidentified aerial phenomena events in Earth's history. One particularly strong signal, at 3.9 sigma, corresponds with the well-known Washington, D.C. UFO incident of 1952, when multiple unidentified objects appeared over the United States Capitol. Another aligns with the massive surge in UFO sightings across Europe in 1954, especially in France and Italy. These coincidences hint at a possible connection between what was happening in Earth's skies and what was orbiting silently above. But perhaps the most chilling element of this story is what occurred at Harvard University. Between the years 1953 and 1968, there exists a conspicuous 15-year gap in Harvard's otherwise continuous astronomical photographic records. This missing period, known among researchers as the Menzel gap, began just as Palomar was recording its extraordinary data. Dr. Donald H. Menzel, then director of the Harvard Observatory, abruptly shut down the plate program and ordered the destruction of hundreds of thousands of photographic plates without examining them. These plates would have provided crucial overlap with Dr. Villarroel's data, potentially confirming her findings across 2 major observatories. Dr. Menzel was more than a scientist. He had strong connections to United States intelligence agencies and was a vocal skeptic of UFOs. His decision to halt the program and destroy the data has long puzzled researchers. In light of Dr. Villarroel's findings, it raises serious questions. Was this simply a scientific redirection, or was it a calculated move to erase evidence of something humanity was not ready to understand? The timing is too precise to ignore. What Dr. Villarroel's study implies is not merely the presence of unidentified flying objects. It suggests the existence of a fully constructed surveillance grid in orbit around Earth, built long before human technology was capable of achieving such a feat. If the objects in the photographs are not natural, and they are not man-made, the conclusion becomes inevitable. Something else put them there. This changes the conversation entirely. This is not about isolated sightings, scattered encounters, or single mysterious crafts. This is about an enduring, deliberate presence above our planet. A network capable of watching, observing, and perhaps even interacting with the surface below. A presence that predated our ability to reach for the stars, and yet chose to remain hidden in plain sight. The implications are profound. If we have in fact been watched for decades, perhaps longer, then humanity is not just discovering a new scientific truth, but facing an entirely new relationship with the universe. This is no longer a question of if, it becomes a question of who and why. Who built this network? Why are they observing us? And what have they learned? Dr. Villarroel's work does not provide the answers to these questions, but it does something perhaps even more important. It forces us to ask them. Her study demands attention not only from the scientific community, but from all of humanity. Because if what she has uncovered is real, then it represents one of the most significant discoveries in modern history. And the most remarkable part, it was hidden in plain sight all along. In photographs taken nearly a century ago, with technology that predates digital imaging and modern satellites, the evidence waited patiently until someone asked the right question and dared to look closely. The sky may have appeared quiet, But now we know it has been speaking to us the entire time. Thanks to Dr. Villarroel and her team, we are finally listening, and what it's telling us is extraordinary. The exploration of Mars has long captured the imagination of humanity, fueling speculation about the possibility of life beyond Earth. In the midst of this fascination, an intriguing claim emerged, a purported discovery of a skeleton in a photo taken by the Mars rover. The purported discovery of a dinosaur skeleton on Mars emerged when an amateur researcher scrutinized a photo captured by the Mars rover, highlighting what appeared to be the fossilized remains of a creature resembling a dinosaur. The photo, taken on the Martian surface, depicted a rocky landscape with distinctive formations that some interpreted as the skeletal remains of an ancient creature. The claim quickly gained traction online, capturing the attention of enthusiasts and skeptics alike. One user commented on the post, saying that it looks like a skeleton, adding that if you saw this photograph and weren't told that it was taken on Mars, you wouldn't question that it was anything else. The alleged discovery of a dinosaur skeleton on Mars ignited a firestorm of controversy and debate within the public sphere. While some embraced the possibility of life and the implications it carried for our understanding of the universe, others remained skeptical, calling for more conclusive evidence to substantiate the claim. Many users suggested that the possibility of dinosaurs inhabiting Mars is an intriguing concept that has been explored in both scientific discourse and popular imagination. One theory proposed by scientists is the concept of panspermia, which suggests that life could have been transferred between planets through meteorite impacts. If life originated on one planet and was ejected into space due to a cataclysmic event, it could potentially survive the journey within meteorites and colonize another planet. While speculative, this hypothesis raises the possibility that life, including dinosaur-like organisms, could have been transported to Mars from Earth or vice versa. In the realm of Mars anomaly investigation, a separate user has expressed fascination with this particular discovery, labeling it as one of the most distinct and discernible anomalies they have come across. They added that numerous photographs depicting peculiar occurrences on Mars tend to be obscure and challenging to decipher, but this anomaly stands out vividly, leaving no room for doubt regarding its presence. The individual who analyzed the anomaly further remarked on its clear visibility against the background, highlighting its striking contrast and undeniable uniqueness amidst the Martian landscape. Since the advent of space exploration, numerous robotic missions have been launched to study Mars, including orbiters, landers, and rovers. These missions have captured high-resolution images of the Martian surface, revealing a diverse and geologically complex landscape. Among the rocky terrain and dusty plains, anomalies have been identified, objects that stand out against the natural features of the Martian environment. These anomalies include structures resembling artificial objects, and while many of these features can be attributed to rocks or other phenomena, some anomalies defy easy explanation and raise intriguing questions about their origin. In recent years, Mars rovers such as Curiosity and Perseverance have provided scientists with unprecedented access to the Martian surface, allowing for detailed exploration and analysis of geological features. While these missions primarily focus on studying Mars geology and climate, they have also captured images of intriguing anomalies that defy easy explanation. Examples include objects resembling mechanical parts, metallic fragments, and even what appear to be fossilized remains. While many of these anomalies can be attributed to natural processes, such as erosion and weathering, others raise questions about the possibility of past or present life on Mars and the potential for ancient civilizations to have once inhabited the planet. On Mars, a mysterious emblem has been spotted that appears to be etched into a stone. Recently, the Mars Opportunity rover captured a picture that displays an object resembling the form of a cross, reminiscent of a Celtic or Irish cross. Many ancient civilizations utilized the Celtic cross and Irish cross designs even before the advent of Christianity. There have been various interpretations surrounding the purpose of the circular ring that encircles the cross. These explanations range from its connection to sun worship and symbolic significance to its aesthetic function of creating a more confined shape for the cross. Many individuals who have examined NASA images extensively contend that they may offer evidence to support the existence of a former civilization. However, some individuals remain unconvinced, and argue that it appears to be a naturally occurring phenomenon. Over the years, there have been many reports of anomalous features and structures seen on the surface of Mars. While many of these anomalies can be explained by natural geological processes or human error, others have proven to be more difficult to explain and have fueled speculation about the possibility of ancient civilizations or even extraterrestrial life on the Red Planet. One of the most famous anomalies seen on Mars is the so-called face on Mars, which was first photographed by NASA's Viking 1 probe in 1976. Despite the debunking of many of these formations, there have been many other anomalies observed on the Red Planet that are more difficult to explain. For example, there have been many reports of strange, artificial-looking structures seen on the Martian surface, including pyramids, domes, and other geometric shapes. Some have even suggested that these structures could be evidence of an ancient Martian civilization or even a current civilization that is still living underground. Another anomalous feature seen on Mars is the so-called Mars rat, a small, rodent-like object that was photographed by NASA's Curiosity rover in 2015. While many scientists have argued that the rat is simply a rock that happens to resemble a small animal, others have suggested that it could be evidence of a small, surviving life form on the planet. Other anomalous features seen on Mars include strange lights and flashes, unusual clouds, and mysterious dust devils. While many of these phenomena can be explained by natural processes, others remain unexplained and have fueled speculation about the possibility of advanced life on the Red Planet. Despite the many anomalies seen on Mars, it is important to approach them with a critical eye and consider alternative explanations. While the idea of ancient civilizations or current life on Mars may seem exciting, it is important to remember that there is currently no direct evidence to support these claims, and that many of the anomalies seen on the planet can be explained by natural phenomena. Over the years, there have been many reports of unidentified objects seen in the skies above Mars. While some of these sightings may be explained by natural phenomena or human error, others have proven to be more difficult to explain and have fueled speculation about the possibility of advanced life. One of the most famous sightings on Mars occurred in 1959, when the Soviet Union's Mars 1 probe sent back images of what appeared to be a disc-shaped object hovering over the planet's surface. While some skeptics have argued that the object was simply a camera artifact or a trick of the light, others have suggested that it could have been a genuine unidentified object. Over the past few decades, scientists have made numerous breakthroughs in our understanding of Mars and have discovered a wealth of evidence that suggests the planet may have once been habitable. For example, NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter has detected large deposits of water ice just below the planet's surface, which could provide a vital resource for future human missions to the planet. Similarly, the Curiosity rover has detected organic molecules in Martian rocks, which could be a sign of past or present microbial life. As we continue to explore Mars and search for signs of life on other planets, it is important to maintain an open mind and approach the evidence with a critical eye. While the possibility of advanced life on Mars may seem tantalizing, it is important to remain cautious and skeptical and to consider alternative explanations for any unusual phenomena we observe. Ultimately, only through careful scientific investigation and collaboration can we hope to uncover the truth about mysterious aircrafts and other mysteries of the universe. In a remarkable event that has recently caught the attention of astronomy enthusiasts and curious observers alike, an amateur astronomer has shared a series of images taken from his backyard that appear to show something entirely unexpected. A large, silver disc-shaped object hovering near the rings of Saturn. This astonishing find has sparked a flurry of discussion online, not just because of the object's presence, but because of how it was captured and how clearly it appears in the final image. The astronomer, whose identity remains private, described his process with pride and precision. Using a telescope and camera setup commonly used by amateur skywatchers, he aimed his equipment at Saturn on a clear night. The method he employed is widely recognized within the amateur astronomy community and is even used by professional space agencies to capture clean, high-resolution images. Instead of snapping just one photo, he took thousands of individual images in rapid succession. This is done to account for atmospheric turbulence and motion blur caused by Earth's rotation and environmental factors. Once the images were collected, He used an image stacking application, a popular tool among both beginners and experienced astrophotographers. The software analyzes each frame, isolates the sharpest details, and layers them together to produce a single, ultra-sharp image. This process effectively minimizes noise and reveals fine planetary features that would otherwise be lost in a single exposure. When he viewed the final stacked image, expecting to admire the familiar and majestic rings of Saturn, he noticed something he had never seen before. Near the edge of Saturn's rings, just off to one side, was a smooth, reflective object. It stood out immediately due to its shape and color. It was silver, with a clean disc-like form, and its presence appeared completely unnatural in comparison to the rest of the image. The astronomer initially questioned whether it was an artifact, a common issue in image stacking where digital errors or dust can sometimes create illusions. But the more he studied it, the more he realized that this was different. He went back to the raw frames, examining hundreds of individual stills to determine if the object was present in them. To his surprise, it consistently appeared in each image, occupying the exact same position in every frame. This was a crucial detail. Since the image was composed of thousands of stills taken over a period of time, any object that was in motion, such as a satellite, meteor, or camera glitch, would have shifted in position or blurred out. But this object remained fixed, clear, and stable. This fact, noted by several fellow astronomers who reviewed his findings, effectively ruled out the possibility of a transient artifact or reflection. Whatever the object was, it had not moved during the entire observation period. Encouraged and bewildered by his own discovery, the astronomer decided to post the final image online. He shared the details of how it was taken, the software used, and invited others to examine it and share their thoughts. The response was swift. Amateur astronomers from around the world, many of whom had also photographed Saturn in the past, began to weigh in. Some praised the quality of the image itself, calling it one of the most detailed amateur shots they had seen, but the focus quickly turned to the mysterious disk. The most compelling aspect, according to many in the astronomy community, was how distinctly the object stood out from the rings. It cast no shadow and reflected light in a manner consistent with a metallic surface. It was too defined to be ice debris and too structured to be a camera error. Speculation erupted. Was this a distant moon of Saturn that had somehow escaped wider attention? Was it a piece of space debris caught in orbit? Or, as some dared to suggest, could it be a piece of unknown technology? Although most remained cautious in their conclusions, there was a general consensus that the object's visibility across thousands of stacked images, and its clarity, made it one of the more interesting anomalies captured by a civilian astronomer in recent years. Several experienced astrophotographers noted that in their own images of Saturn, nothing similar had ever appeared. One even ran a comparison using images taken from a similar location and time, but no object of that kind showed up in his frames. The astronomer himself maintained a balanced view. He emphasized that while he was excited by the discovery, he was not jumping to conclusions. His goal was to share what he saw and allow others to analyze and discuss it based on the evidence. However, he did admit that the object's clear and unmoving presence during the image stacking process left him with more questions than answers. This event serves as a powerful reminder of the vital role amateur astronomers play in the broader scientific community. With relatively modest equipment and dedication, they often spot unusual occurrences that can spark new lines of inquiry. The sky, vast and filled with wonders, continues to invite exploration, not only by space agencies and observatories, but by individuals watching from their own backyards. As of right now, what the silver disk near Saturn truly represents remains unknown. Perhaps further observations by other astronomers will shed more light on its nature. Perhaps it will be identified as a known object behaving in an unexpected way. Or maybe, just maybe, it will continue to resist explanation, a quiet anomaly captured in the stillness of space by someone who simply looked up and noticed. Until then, the image stands as both a curiosity and a conversation starter, one that brings mystery and wonder back to the practice of amateur astronomy. Ingo Swann was an extraordinary individual whose abilities challenged conventional understanding of human perception. As one of the most well-known remote viewers in history, Swann was directly involved in classified intelligence projects, including the CIA's Stargate project. His work with the agency led to remarkable revelations, particularly regarding the dark side of the Moon. Swann claimed that his remote viewing sessions revealed mysterious bases, structures, and an extraterrestrial presence on the lunar surface. When the CIA declassified documents related to the Stargate project, Swann's involvement was confirmed, cementing his legacy as a pioneer in the field of remote viewing and expanding the discussion on extraterrestrial activity beyond Earth. Swann's journey into the realm of remote viewing began in the 1970s, when his abilities drew the attention of government agencies. Remote viewing is the practice of perceiving distant or hidden objects, locations, or events using only the mind. Swann demonstrated an uncanny ability to describe places and events with extraordinary accuracy, which made him an asset to intelligence operations. Recognizing the potential military and strategic applications of this ability, the CIA recruited Swann to participate in experiments designed to assess and harness his talents for classified missions. The Stargate project, a top-secret program initiated by the US government, sought to explore and utilize psychic phenomena for intelligence purposes. The program was created at the height of the Cold War, with government agencies believing that psychic abilities could be weaponized for espionage and reconnaissance. Swann was among the select individuals tasked with gathering information about distant or inaccessible locations through remote viewing. While many of these operations focused on earthly targets, the most astonishing aspect of Swann's work involved remote viewing sessions targeting the Moon. Swann claimed that during his remote viewing sessions, he perceived unusual activity on the far side of the Moon, which remains hidden from direct view due to tidal locking. According to his accounts, he observed massive structures, some of which resembled large domes and artificial installations. He described seeing complex networks of buildings, roads, and even evidence of advanced technology. More disturbingly, Swann reported witnessing an extraterrestrial presence on the Moon. He believed that non-human entities were operating these bases, engaged in activities beyond human comprehension. What made Swann's revelations particularly compelling was the sense of urgency and secrecy that surrounded his findings. He stated that during his remote viewing session, he felt as though the entities on the Moon became aware of his presence. He described an overwhelming sensation of being watched and even pursued, as though these extraterrestrial beings could detect his consciousness probing their domain. This unsettling experience led him to believe that whatever was happening on the Moon was not meant to be discovered by humanity. Swann's accounts align with various conspiracy theories and reports suggesting that NASA and other space agencies have concealed knowledge of extraterrestrial activity on the Moon. Some theorists argue that the Apollo missions encountered evidence of alien structures but were forced into silence. Others suggest that the reason for NASA's abrupt cessation of manned lunar missions after Apollo 17 was due to an encounter with an intelligent extraterrestrial presence. Swann's remote viewing data provided further support for these theories, indicating that the Moon might be far more than just a barren rock orbiting Earth. When the CIA declassified documents related to the Stargate project, Swann's participation was officially confirmed. While the released documents did not provide detailed descriptions of his findings regarding the Moon, they verified that Swann had been actively involved in high-level remote viewing experiments for intelligence-gathering purposes. The government's acknowledgement of his work lent credibility to the idea that his abilities were taken seriously at the highest levels. It also raised critical questions about what information regarding extraterrestrial activity may still be classified. Swann's experiences have had a lasting impact on the fields of ufology and paranormal research. Many researchers and enthusiasts view his accounts as some of the most compelling evidence suggesting that extraterrestrials have established a presence within our solar system. His revelations have led to increased scrutiny of lunar anomalies, with independent researchers examining photographs and satellite images for signs of artificial structures. Over the years, several images from lunar orbiters have shown unexplained geometric formations and shadowy shapes that resemble towers, domes, and even underground entrances. These findings, coupled with Swann's testimony, suggest that the Moon may not be as desolate as mainstream science claims. Despite skepticism from traditional scientists and space agencies, Swann's credibility as a remote viewer remains intact. Many of his other remote viewing sessions, including descriptions of classified Soviet facilities, were later verified as accurate. His work within the Stargate project demonstrated that remote viewing was considered a valuable intelligence tool by the US government. If his abilities were trusted to gather sensitive information on Earth, it stands to reason that his findings regarding the Moon should not be dismissed without further investigation. Swann's revelations also raise deeper philosophical and existential questions about humanity's place in the cosmos. If intelligent life is operating on the Moon, what is their purpose? Are they observers, guardians, or something else entirely? If governments have known about these extraterrestrial bases, why has this information been withheld from the public? These questions remain unanswered, but Swann's accounts suggest that the truth is far more complex than we have been led to believe. As humanity prepares for a return to the Moon with upcoming Artemis missions and potential lunar colonization, the revelations of Ingo Swann take on new significance. If there are indeed structures and extraterrestrial activity on the Moon, future astronauts may soon be faced with encounters that challenge our understanding of reality. Swann's work suggests that we may not be alone in our celestial neighborhood, and that the Moon holds secrets that could redefine our view of the universe. The story of Ingo Swann is one of intrigue, secrecy, and revelation. His remote viewing sessions, confirmed by the CIA's declassified documents, indicate that the US government actively explored non-traditional intelligence-gathering methods, including investigating extraterrestrial activity on the Moon. His findings, which describe artificial structures and alien presence, provide a fascinating perspective that challenges mainstream narratives about the Moon's desolation. Whether viewed as groundbreaking truth or unsettling mystery, Swann's legacy continues to inspire those seeking answers about the hidden forces shaping our universe. The far side of the Moon has long been a source of intrigue and speculation, with many believing that it harbors secrets hidden from the public eye. While mainstream science presents the Moon as a barren and lifeless rock, multiple accounts from anonymous remote viewers and NASA whistleblowers suggest otherwise. These individuals claim that mysterious bases, artificial structures, and even extraterrestrial activity exist on the Moon's hidden hemisphere. Their testimonies, combined with leaked images and suppressed reports, have led many to believe that a cover-up is taking place, deliberately concealing the truth about what lies beyond humanity's reach. Remote viewing, a practice once studied by the US government for intelligence-gathering purposes, has yielded astonishing results when applied to the Moon. Anonymous remote viewers have reported visions of vast underground facilities, towering structures, and signs of advanced technology on the lunar surface. These descriptions align with earlier claims made by renowned remote viewer Ingo Swann, who participated in the CIA's Stargate project. Swann's experiences, in which he allegedly encountered an extraterrestrial presence on the Moon, have been echoed by other remote viewers who describe similar findings. The consistency in these reports suggests that they are not mere coincidences, but rather glimpses into a hidden reality. Some remote viewers claim that the Moon is home to massive domed cities, seemingly constructed by an advanced civilization. Others describe tunnels and underground chambers that appear to be artificially designed rather than naturally formed. They insist that these structures are actively maintained and possibly inhabited by unknown entities. In some cases, remote viewers have reported sensing an overwhelming presence watching them during their sessions, as if their consciousness had been detected by non-human intelligence. These experiences mirror Swann's account of feeling observed by lunar inhabitants, further solidifying the belief that something extraordinary is happening on the Moon's far side. In addition to remote viewers, NASA whistleblowers have also come forward with startling claims regarding the existence of secret lunar bases. Over the years, former NASA employees, military personnel, and contractors have provided testimonies that challenge the official narrative. One of the most well-known whistleblowers, Carl Wolf, who worked with the US Air Force, revealed that he saw classified images of artificial structures on the Moon while handling data from NASA's Lunar Orbiter program. Wolf claimed that a fellow technician showed him photographs displaying towering buildings and domes on the far side of the Moon. According to Wolf, these images were quickly suppressed, and the existence of such structures was never disclosed to the public. Another former NASA employee, Donna Hare, also made shocking allegations about NASA's involvement in covering up evidence of extraterrestrial activity. Hare, who worked as a photo technician for NASA contractors, stated that images containing UFOs and unusual structures were routinely edited before being released to the public. She revealed that astronauts and personnel were sworn to secrecy regarding what they had seen, reinforcing the idea that NASA actively conceals information about what truly exists beyond Earth. Hare's statements align with those of other whistleblowers who claim that significant discoveries about the Moon have been deliberately hidden. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence supporting the cover-up theory is the abrupt end of manned lunar missions after Apollo 17 in 1972. NASA had originally planned additional Apollo missions, yet these were cancelled without clear explanation. Some theorists argue that this decision was not due to budget constraints, as officially stated, but because astronauts had encountered something on the Moon that made further exploration too dangerous. Reports suggest that during the Apollo missions, astronauts witnessed unexplained craft monitoring their activities and were even warned to leave the Moon. If these accounts are true, it would explain why humanity has not returned to the lunar surface in over 5 decades. Leaked NASA images and satellite photographs have further fueled suspicions about a lunar cover-up. Over the years, researchers analyzing high-resolution Moon images have pointed out unusual structures that appear artificial in nature. The mysterious photograph of what appears to be a massive ship inside a lunar crater has sparked intense debate among researchers, space enthusiasts, and those who believe that we are not being told the full truth about the Moon. This image, allegedly taken by an astronaut during one of the Apollo missions, has led many to speculate that the real reason we have not returned to the Moon is due to extraterrestrial activity or the discovery of something so profound that it has been kept secret for decades. The photograph in question shows an enormous, shadowy object that appears to be nestled deep within a lunar crater. Unlike the surrounding barren lunar landscape, this object has angular lines, distinct structural features, and an artificial appearance that sets it apart from the natural rock formations of the Moon. The size of the object is staggering, with measurements taken by independent researchers estimating it to be over 6 miles long. The image suggests that the object has been there for an extensive period, possibly covered in lunar dust and debris, giving the impression that it has been abandoned for thousands, if not millions, of years. As researchers continue to analyze the mysterious photograph of the alleged massive ship inside the lunar crater, many have pointed out a disturbing anomaly. The object appears to have been blurred out or intentionally obscured. This revelation has fueled further speculation that NASA or another agency may have deliberately altered the image to conceal the true nature of what was captured. Upon closer inspection, the area surrounding the object appears to have an unnatural smudging effect, which is inconsistent with the sharp details found elsewhere in the image. Many believe that this is clear evidence of digital manipulation, a tactic allegedly used in the past to edit out sensitive information from public records. Some have even compared this photograph to other declassified images, noting striking similarities in the way certain objects appear to have been airbrushed, blurred, or censored. If the object was simply a natural rock formation, there would be no need to alter the image in any way. The fact that the supposed blurred region aligns perfectly with the mysterious structure suggests that there is something in the crater that NASA or another entity does not want the public to see. For many, this is further proof that the lunar mystery runs deeper than we have been led to believe. Despite the image gaining widespread attention, NASA has remained largely silent on the matter, fueling speculation that the space agency is deliberately suppressing information. Many amateur researchers have spent years combing through official NASA photographs, hoping to find evidence of artificial structures, unidentified craft, or other anomalies on the Moon. Some claim to have found additional unexplained objects, further supporting the theory that there is more happening on the Moon than what we are being told. This specific image was taken by the Apollo 15 mission, which was launched in 1971 with the primary goal of exploring the lunar surface and collecting geological samples. However, some researchers argue that Apollo 15 may have encountered something far more significant than just rocks and craters. They suggest that the true nature of the mission was never fully disclosed, and that NASA may have discovered evidence of extraterrestrial presence. The unusual structure in the crater, according to those who have analyzed the image, closely resembles a spacecraft or massive artificial installation, something that should not exist on the Moon. Over the years, similar claims have emerged from other space missions. Researchers examining old NASA photographs have pointed to bizarre formations, unusual lights, and what appear to be artificial structures scattered across the Moon's surface. Some believe that NASA has been editing out certain images, selectively removing evidence of extraterrestrial activity to keep the truth hidden from the public. They argue that the agency fears the global reaction that would come from revealing the presence of non-human technology on the Moon. One of the most compelling aspects of this mystery is the continued insistence by independent researchers that these anomalies are being intentionally covered up. They claim that official NASA images often undergo airbrushing, modifications, and cropping before being released to the public. Some whistleblowers, including former NASA employees, have even suggested that certain classified images are never shown to the public at all. The question remains, what could be so shocking or dangerous that it warrants being hidden from the world? Critics argue that there is no solid proof to suggest that NASA is engaged in a cover-up, and the space agency itself has consistently denied such allegations. NASA maintains that any perceived anomalies in lunar photographs are the result of image compression, artifacts from digital processing, or simply natural geological formations. According to NASA, there is no evidence of extraterrestrial structures or any deliberate attempts to edit out unusual objects from official images. However, despite NASA's denial, independent researchers remain convinced that something is being concealed. They point to the mystery surrounding our sudden halt in lunar missions. After Apollo 17, no human has set foot on the Moon. This, many argue, is highly suspicious, given the rapid advancements in technology and the fact that NASA had already mastered lunar landings. If humanity had the capability to travel to the Moon over 50 years ago, why have we not built a permanent base or returned for further exploration? Some researchers believe the answer lies in the discovery of something NASA was not prepared to disclose. The theory that an advanced non-human presence exists on the Moon is not new. Additionally, there are numerous reports from amateur astronomers who claim to have witnessed strange lights, unidentified flying objects, and unusual movements on the Moon's surface. These unexplained observations continue to fuel the belief that the Moon is not just a barren rock in space, but rather a location of significant interest to advanced civilizations. If the massive object inside the lunar crater is truly a spacecraft or an artificial structure, then the implications are profound. Such a discovery could rewrite history and force humanity to reconsider its place in the universe. It would confirm that intelligent life exists beyond Earth and that our Moon may be more than just a natural satellite. It could be an ancient outpost, a derelict alien craft, or even a base for extraterrestrial activity. As researchers continue to analyze old Apollo photographs, more anomalies are being discovered, raising even more questions. Whether or not NASA will ever publicly acknowledge these findings remains to be seen. The possibility of a secret lunar cover-up continues to intrigue and divide opinions, with some demanding full transparency, while others believe the truth will never be revealed. Until the day comes when humans return to the Moon, these mysteries will persist, and the photograph of the alleged massive ship inside the crater will remain one of the most intriguing pieces of evidence that suggests we are not alone in the universe. Another category of mysterious lunar anomalies involves the appearance of unexplained lights on the Moon's surface. These lights have been observed by both amateur astronomers and professional space agencies, often appearing as brief flashes or glowing spots that seem to move across the lunar terrain. One of the most well-documented occurrences of these lights was during the Apollo 11 mission, when astronauts reported seeing mysterious flashes on the lunar horizon as they orbited the Moon. These lights, sometimes referred to as transient lunar phenomena, have been the subject of speculation for decades. Some suggest that they could be caused by volcanic activity, even though the Moon is not known to be volcanically active. Others theorize that they might be the result of meteorite impacts, which could create brief flashes of light as they strike the lunar surface. However, the locations and patterns of these lights often do not match the expected results of such impacts. More speculative theories propose that these lights could be artificial in nature, perhaps the result of mining activities or even the operation of hidden bases on the Moon. Some UFO researchers argue that these lights could be evidence of extraterrestrial craft either landing on or taking off from the moon, using advanced technology that produces these glowing effects. Despite numerous attempts to capture these lights in greater detail and to explain their origins, they remain one of the most enduring mysteries of lunar exploration. The fact that they have been observed repeatedly, yet unpredictably, adds to the intrigue, suggesting that there may be forces at work on the moon that are beyond our current understanding. The anomalies seen in moon photographs, whether they be structures, lights, or shadows, pose significant questions about our understanding of the moon and what may exist there. If even one of these anomalies were to be proven as evidence of something artificial or unnatural, it would fundamentally alter our view of the moon and our place in the universe. These anomalies challenge the assumption that the moon is a barren, unchanging world. They open the door to possibilities that range from ancient civilizations to active extraterrestrial operations. While such ideas are often dismissed by mainstream science, the persistence of these anomalies suggests that there is still much about the moon that we do not know. Alongside the well-documented achievements of lunar missions, there exists a less conventional but equally compelling narrative: the sightings of unidentified flying objects above the moon. For decades, credible observers, including astronauts, astronomers, and even space agencies, have reported mysterious objects and phenomena near the lunar surface that defy conventional explanations. These sightings suggest that the moon may be a focal point for extraterrestrial activity, raising profound questions about our understanding of the universe. Reports of strange objects seen near the moon are not a recent phenomenon. As early as the 19th century, astronomers using relatively primitive telescopes began recording unexplained lights, flashes, and moving objects in the lunar vicinity. For instance, in 1874, astronomers at the Royal Greenwich Observatory in England reported seeing what appeared to be a fleet of bright, moving lights crossing the lunar surface. These observations, while often dismissed at the time as optical illusions or misidentified natural phenomena, laid the groundwork for the modern UFO narrative surrounding the moon. As technology advanced and humans began sending probes and astronauts to the moon, the number of reported UFO sightings increased. During the Apollo missions in the 1960s and 1970s, several astronauts reported seeing unexplained objects in space and on the lunar surface. These accounts were often kept quiet or downplayed by NASA and other space agencies, but over time, they have become part of a broader discussion about the possibility of extraterrestrial presence near the moon. One of the most famous instances of UFO sightings near the moon occurred during the Apollo 11 mission, the first manned mission to land on the lunar surface. While en route to the moon, astronauts Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins reported seeing a bright, flashing object that seemed to be following their spacecraft. Initially believing it to be part of the Saturn V rocket that had launched them into space, the astronauts soon realized that the object was too far away and moving in an irregular pattern, making it unlikely to be a piece of their own equipment. This sighting has since become one of the most well-documented and discussed UFO encounters in space exploration history. Perhaps the most intriguing account comes from the Apollo 16 astronauts, who reported seeing weird objects moving across the lunar horizon. These objects were described as glowing and moving at high speeds, characteristics that do not match any known natural or human-made objects on the moon. In the decades since the Apollo missions, sightings of UFOs near the moon have continued. With the advent of more advanced telescopes and satellite imaging, both amateur astronomers and space agencies have captured images and video footage of unexplained objects in the lunar vicinity. These include glowing orbs, cigar-shaped craft, and even formations that appear to move in deliberate, non-random patterns. NASA's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, which has been mapping the moon since 2009, has captured images showing unexplained structures and shadows on the lunar surface that do not correspond to known geological features. Some researchers have suggested that these anomalies could be evidence of artificial structures or craft, possibly of extraterrestrial origin. While NASA has generally attributed these anomalies to natural features or image artifacts, the sheer number and consistency of such sightings have led many to believe that there is more to the story. The consistent reports of UFOs near the moon, from both historical and modern sources, suggest that these phenomena are not mere figments of imagination or simple misidentifications. Instead, they point to the possibility that the Moon is a site of ongoing extraterrestrial activity, whether as a base, observation point, or something else entirely. The implications of such a possibility are profound. If UFOs on the Moon are indeed evidence of extraterrestrial technology, this would indicate that humanity is not alone in the universe, and that advanced civilizations may have been observing or interacting with Earth for much longer than we realize. The Moon's proximity to Earth makes it an ideal location for such activity, providing a vantage point from which to monitor our planet and potentially influence events on Earth. Furthermore, the presence of UFOs on the Moon could also suggest that space agencies have been aware of extraterrestrial activity for decades but have chosen to keep this information from the public. This raises questions about the transparency of space exploration programs and the true extent of human knowledge about extraterrestrial life. Mars has long been a source of mystery and fascination, with numerous anomalies discovered on its surface that challenge conventional explanations. Among the many strange findings on the red planet, one of the most intriguing is a square-shaped formation captured by the Mars Global Surveyor's Mars Orbiter camera. This unusual structure, visible in an image available through Arizona State University's Mars Image Explorer, has sparked intense debate among researchers and enthusiasts alike. Many believe that this geometric formation, along with other peculiar structures on Mars, warrants further investigation, as it could potentially reveal artificial or unknown processes shaping the Martian landscape. The discovery of this square-shaped formation has raised profound questions about its origin. Unlike the natural, chaotic formations typically seen on Mars, this structure exhibits a level of symmetry and geometric precision that is rarely found in nature. Most natural geological processes, such as erosion and volcanic activity, tend to create irregular, unpredictable formations. However, the almost perfect angles and defined edges of this Martian square suggest that it may not be the product of ordinary geological forces. The notion that such a formation could exist naturally on Mars has been met with skepticism by those who believe that its unique shape indicates an artificial or intelligently designed origin. This discovery is not an isolated anomaly. Over the years, numerous unexplained structures have been identified on Mars, ranging from what appear to be pyramidal formations to objects resembling domes and fort-like enclosures. Some of these anomalies bear an uncanny resemblance to man-made structures on Earth, fueling speculation that Mars may have once harbored an advanced civilization, or, at the very least, been visited by extraterrestrial beings in the distant past. If this is the case, the square formation could represent the remnants of an ancient structure, now partially buried under Martian dust and sediment. One of the most compelling aspects of this formation is its location and scale. The image from the Mars Global Surveyor provides detailed measurements, suggesting that the square formation is significantly large, far beyond the scale of ordinary rock formations. Its distinct shape, when compared to the surrounding terrain, makes it stand out as an anomaly, further adding to the mystery of its existence. If it were merely a result of natural geological processes, one would expect to see other similarly shaped formations nearby, yet this is not the case. This discrepancy raises the question of whether Mars has undergone processes unknown to mainstream science, or if intelligent intervention played a role in shaping its surface. Supporters of the artificial structure hypothesis argue that the square formation could be a remnant of an ancient Martian civilization, similar to the ruins of ancient cities found on Earth. They suggest that if Mars once had conditions capable of supporting life, it is entirely plausible that an advanced society could have flourished there before some catastrophic event led to its demise. Given the evidence of past water activity and the possibility of an ancient atmosphere, this theory is not as far-fetched as it might seem. If Mars did indeed host intelligent life in the distant past, structures like the square formation could be key to understanding the history of the planet and the fate of its inhabitants. Another possibility that has been proposed is that the square formation may be linked to extraterrestrial visitors. Some researchers speculate that Mars may have been used as a base or an outpost by non-human intelligences at some point in history. The precision of the square shape and its distinct edges lend credibility to the idea that it may have been deliberately constructed rather than formed through random geological processes. If true, this would suggest that Mars has played a far more significant role in interstellar history than previously thought. NASA and other space agencies have largely remained silent on the implications of these formations, often dismissing them as natural rock formations or the result of imaging artifacts. However, this stance has not deterred independent researchers and analysts from continuing to investigate. With the increasing availability of high-resolution images from Mars rovers and orbiters, more anomalies are being identified, adding to the growing body of evidence that suggests Mars may not be the barren, lifeless world it is often portrayed to be. The presence of geometric formations on Mars raises profound questions about our understanding of planetary science and history. If the square formation is indeed artificial, it could revolutionize our understanding of Mars and the possibility of extraterrestrial intelligence. It would suggest that humanity is not alone in the universe and that advanced beings may have left behind evidence of their existence on our neighboring planet. The implications of such a discovery would be staggering, challenging the foundations of science, history, and our place in the cosmos. Despite the skepticism from mainstream scientific circles, the demand for further study of these formations continues to grow. Many argue that future missions to Mars should prioritize the exploration of these anomalies, using advanced technology to determine whether they are truly artificial in nature. With human missions to Mars on the horizon, the opportunity to investigate these structures up close may soon become a reality. If we are to uncover the true nature of Mars, we must be open to the possibility that what we find there could change everything we thought we knew about the universe. The strange, square-shaped formation on Mars remains one of the most intriguing and unexplained discoveries in planetary exploration. Its geometric precision and distinct appearance challenge traditional explanations and fuel speculation about its possible artificial origins. Whether it is evidence of an ancient civilization, a remnant of extraterrestrial visitors, or a geological anomaly unlike any seen before, this formation demands further study. As humanity continues to explore the cosmos, we may one day uncover the truth about Mars and the mysterious structures that lie on its surface, revealing secrets that have been hidden for millennia. The exploration of Mars has uncovered numerous anomalies that continue to challenge our understanding of the planet's history. Another compelling discovery is a photograph taken by NASA's Curiosity rover, showing a large, layered, brick-like structure on the Martian surface. The image, which quickly sparked debate among researchers and the public, reveals an arrangement of stones that bear an uncanny resemblance to human-made construction techniques. This discovery has led many to suggest that Mars may have once been home to an advanced civilization, or, at the very least, that the planet's past is far more complex than mainstream science currently acknowledges. The photograph in question displays a formation composed of evenly layered slabs of rock, stacked in a manner that is strikingly similar to brickwork found in ancient and modern human architecture. Unlike typical natural formations, which tend to be irregular and chaotic, this structure exhibits a level of organization that suggests intentional design. The uniformity and precision of the layers raise important questions about whether this could be evidence of an artificial construct rather than a naturally occurring geological phenomenon. One of the most significant aspects of this discovery is how closely the structure resembles known construction methods on Earth. In many ancient civilizations, including those of Mesopotamia, Egypt, and the Americas, brick-like stones were used to build walls, roads, and fortifications. The Martian structure appears to follow a similar pattern, with neatly stacked layers that seem too methodical to be a product of random geological forces. If this formation were found on Earth, it would almost certainly be classified as a remnant of an ancient settlement. The fact that it exists on Mars raises profound implications about the possibility of past intelligent life on the planet. This is not the first time strange formations have been discovered on Mars. Over the years, NASA's rovers and orbiters have captured images of what appear to be pyramidal structures, domes, and even what some have interpreted as carved statues or entrances to underground tunnels. Each new discovery adds to the growing body of evidence suggesting that Mars may have once supported a civilization that left behind architectural remnants, now partially buried or eroded over time. The brick-like structure in the Curiosity rover's photograph stands out as one of the most compelling pieces of evidence yet, as it is unmistakably similar to construction techniques familiar to human engineers. Supporters of the ancient civilization theory argue that Mars once had conditions suitable for life, including vast oceans, a thicker atmosphere, and a more hospitable climate. Over time, some catastrophic event, possibly a nuclear war, an asteroid impact, or dramatic climate change, could have wiped out an advanced society, leaving only scattered ruins behind. If such a civilization once thrived on Mars, the layered structure seen in the Curiosity photograph could be one of the last remaining testaments to its existence. NASA has largely dismissed these claims, attributing the formation to natural erosion and geological processes. According to mainstream scientists, wind, water, and volcanic activity could have created these layered formations over millions of years. However, critics argue that such an explanation does not adequately account for the structure's striking similarity to human-made buildings. They point out that while erosion can create unusual shapes, it rarely results in the type of uniform, rectangular layering seen in the Mars photograph. One of the most intriguing aspects of this discovery is the potential for further investigation. With advanced rovers currently exploring Mars and future human missions on the horizon, the opportunity to study these anomalies up close is becoming increasingly viable. If a mission were to directly analyze the composition and arrangement of the layered structure, it could provide crucial insights into whether it was shaped by natural forces or intelligent design. A closer examination could reveal signs of artificial materials, patterns of wear consistent with construction, or even hidden chambers beneath the surface. The implications of finding an ancient structure on Mars would be profound. If it were proven that intelligent beings once inhabited the planet, it would revolutionize our understanding of history, not just on Mars, but within the broader context of life in the universe. It would raise fundamental questions about the origin of life, the potential for interplanetary civilizations, and whether Mars was once connected to Earth in ways we have yet to discover. Such a revelation would challenge conventional scientific models and force humanity to rethink its place in the cosmos. Despite NASA's reluctance to entertain the idea of past civilizations on Mars, interest in these anomalies continues to grow. Independent researchers and analysts continue to study the available images, searching for additional clues that might confirm the presence of artificial structures. The debate over Mars's past is far from over, and as more data becomes available, the possibility of an ancient Martian civilization remains an open question. In 2014, a multitude of online platforms shared intriguing information regarding a peculiar item captured by the cameras aboard the International Space Station. To provide some context, the International Space Station is equipped with a diverse range of cameras to oversee spacewalks and other regions requiring continuous 24-hour surveillance. This occurrence sparked significant interest and speculation among space enthusiasts and the general public alike. Lately, there has been a surge in instances capturing peculiar objects hovering in the background, sparking speculation about their origins. Following the emergence of such incidents, NASA tends to either delete or alter the footage, cease the live feed, or altogether overlook the occurrence. These occurrences have triggered widespread debate and intrigue among enthusiasts, scientists, and the general public, fueling discussions on the potential existence of advanced life and the implications for humanity's understanding of the universe. In 2014, there was a notable incident that has caught the attention of amateur researchers who claim it constitutes some of the most compelling evidence of a UFO sighting in space. In an intriguing turn of events captured by one of the live cameras, a peculiar object came into view, sparking bewilderment among a global audience. The mysterious entity, characterized by its sleek, orange appearance, swiftly approached the International Space Station, leaving viewers perplexed. Within moments of its docking, the live feed abruptly ceased, plunging the screen into a mysterious blue or purple hue. Oddly enough, frequent viewers of these live streams have reported similar occurrences when unidentified flying objects manifest in the background. Speculation suggests that NASA occasionally zooms in on such anomalies to investigate further, only to promptly cut off the feed upon ruling out any affiliation with known spacecraft. This pattern of behavior has fueled speculations among certain observers, hinting at the possibility of visitors gracing our planet. The mysterious object that made a brief appearance at the International Space Station disappeared shortly after the live cameras stopped airing. Subsequently, it vanished from sight entirely. However, this brief video was enough for individuals to capture screenshots of the peculiar object. Following this event, numerous individuals began proposing their theories regarding the identity of the object. One person speculated that the object in question could possibly be an authentic, unidentified flying object, suggesting that NASA failed to promptly switch off the cameras on this particular occasion, allowing everyone tuning in to witness it clearly. The incident sparked a wave of speculation and discussion amongst viewers and enthusiasts who pondered over the mysterious nature of the object and its potential significance within the realm of space exploration. The event in question elicited an intriguing response from another individual, who expressed astonishment at the lack of attention given to remarkable discoveries of this nature. They highlighted the anomaly of an object that defies terrestrial origins, receiving little discourse or scrutiny. Furthermore, the individual pondered the apparent apathy toward questioning the nature and purpose of the mysterious object, along with the abrupt termination of NASA's live camera feed once the object was detected. Some individuals, however, opted for a divergent explanation, proposing that the sightings were not actually unidentified flying objects, but mere imperfections, like smudges on the live camera lenses, which prompted NASA to deactivate them. They argue that such occurrences of space debris appearing in the footage are regular and are not related to UFOs. NASA has supported this viewpoint and clarified that the objects occasionally spotted in the background are not UFOs. These phenomena are unrelated to any type of aircraft. In the course of their time spent on the International Space Station, astronauts have frequently observed peculiar occurrences in the vicinity of their spacecraft. These unusual phenomena, commonly referred to as unidentified flying objects or anomalous events, have been meticulously recorded in the official mission reports and communication transcripts, offering detailed narratives of the encounters as narrated by the individuals who have directly encountered them. The astronauts have recounted experiences involving objects that defy conventional explanations and behave in ways that challenge our understanding of the environment beyond Earth. Astronauts have recounted witnessing phenomena that exhibit deliberate and intelligent movements, displaying flight behaviors that challenge traditional interpretations. Several astronauts have shared experiences of encountering objects that seem to be guided by intelligence, executing maneuvers and flight paths indicative of sophisticated technology or potentially extraterrestrial sources. These observations suggest a level of control and precision that transcends our current understanding of aerial phenomena. The visual evidence of unidentified flying objects near the International Space Station encompasses not only eyewitness reports, but also video recordings obtained from cameras installed aboard the station. These compelling visuals, frequently made public by space agencies or disseminated by autonomous researchers, showcase a multitude of objects exhibiting diverse shapes and dimensions as they navigate through the expanse of space in close proximity to the ISS. The scrutiny of these videos has sparked widespread interest and debate in the scientific community and amongst the general public regarding the nature and implications of these mysterious occurrences. Space organizations like NASA have traditionally shown hesitance in confirming the presence of unidentified flying objects. Nevertheless, there have been occasions where these agencies have released official statements and acknowledgements concerning sightings occurring in close proximity to the International Space Station. Interestingly, there have been instances where astronauts and mission controllers have openly shared their encounters with mysterious entities while on space expeditions, thereby igniting significant curiosity and sparking debates among the general public regarding these phenomena. These revelations have piqued the interest of many individuals, shedding light on a topic that has long been shrouded in secrecy and speculation. The sightings of unidentified flying objects in close proximity to the International Space Station have sparked a plethora of conjectures and theories regarding their source and intentions. A diverse array of perspectives exists, with some proponents proposing the hypothesis that these entities represent spacecraft of extraterrestrial origin operated by sentient beings hailing from distant planets or alternate dimensions. Conversely, an alternative viewpoint posits that these anomalous entities could potentially be clandestine military aircraft or experimental technology undergoing trials within the realm of outer space. The presence of unidentified flying objects in close proximity to the International Space Station serves as a captivating and mysterious element within the realm of space discovery. Despite skeptics attributing these sightings to random occurrences or misinterpretations, the accounts provided by astronauts and mission controllers offer a different perspective. These UFO sightings have sparked intense curiosity and speculation among experts and the public alike, prompting a deeper examination of the phenomena. NASA's history is filled with groundbreaking discoveries and awe-inspiring images that have reshaped our understanding of space. However, among the thousands of photographs taken by space probes and satellites, there have been several instances where strange and unexplained anomalies have appeared. Two particular images have recently resurfaced online, drawing the attention of researchers and UFO enthusiasts who claim that these photographs show mysterious structures on the Moon or another celestial body. What makes these images even more intriguing is that they were allegedly deleted from NASA's official archives, fueling speculation that something is being hidden from the public. The two images in question are black and white, resembling the photographic quality of the Lunar Orbiter 1 photos taken in the 1960s. The images display rugged, cratered landscapes typical of the Moon, but what stands out are the unusual structures present within them. Unlike natural geological formations, these structures have an artificial appearance, with sharp edges, symmetrical shapes, and an organized layout that suggests intentional design. Some researchers have pointed out that the features resemble buildings, towers, or even large-scale industrial complexes. Another detail that has puzzled observers is the presence of blacked-out areas in both images. These sections appear as large, rectangular regions that obscure significant portions of the photographs. This has led to intense speculation that the original images may have contained additional structures or objects that NASA decided to conceal. Given the precision with which these areas are censored, it does not appear to be a simple photographic error or damage to the original film. Instead, it looks like a deliberate act of editing, reinforcing the idea that something within these images was deemed too sensitive for public viewing. Online researchers have tirelessly combed through NASA's archives in an attempt to find the original, unaltered versions of these images. Some have even managed to obtain copies from independent sources who claim to have saved them before they were removed. Many who have analyzed the images have drawn comparisons to previous anomalies found in NASA's photographs, particularly in images taken of the Moon, Mars, and other celestial bodies. In several instances, strange structures, unnatural formations, and unidentified flying objects have been spotted in raw images before they were later edited or deleted from official records. The notion of a NASA cover-up is not new. Over the years, several former NASA employees and whistleblowers have come forward with claims that UFOs and artificial structures have been photographed by space missions, only to be systematically erased or concealed. Donna Hare, a former NASA contractor, famously stated in interviews that she had first-hand knowledge of images being altered to remove UFOs before they were released to the public. According to Hare, there was a specialized team within NASA dedicated to airbrushing out unexplained objects from photographs to maintain secrecy. Other insiders have reported similar accounts, describing instances where footage from space missions would capture unidentified craft hovering near NASA spacecraft, only for those records to be classified or outright destroyed. In the case of these two mysterious images, many believe that they are further evidence of this ongoing practice. The blacked-out sections serve as a reminder that not everything captured by NASA's cameras is meant for public consumption. The implications of these images, if proven to be genuine, could be monumental. If there are artificial structures on the Moon or another celestial body, it would raise serious questions about who built them and for what purpose. Some theories suggest that these could be remnants of an ancient extraterrestrial civilization that once inhabited or visited our solar system. Others speculate that these could be secret bases built by an unknown advanced group, possibly even human in origin, operating under the cover of classified space programs. The lunar orbiter missions of the 1960s and 1970s have long been a source of curiosity for researchers. Several images from these missions have surfaced over the years, showing odd formations that defy conventional geological explanations. Large towers, domes, and even what appear to be roads or pathways have been identified in certain photographs. Many of these anomalies have been dismissed by mainstream scientists as tricks of light, photographic artifacts, or simple misinterpretations. However, those who have closely examined these images argue that the evidence is too compelling to ignore. The secrecy surrounding space exploration has only deepened suspicions. Despite numerous technological advancements, NASA and other space agencies remain highly selective about what information they release. When images are removed from public databases, it only adds to the belief that information is being actively suppressed. These two deleted images fit into a broader pattern of unexplained disappearances and censorship of space-related material, leading many to wonder what else has been hidden from public view. For those who believe in the reality of these anomalies, the search for answers continues. Some independent researchers have taken it upon themselves to download and archive every image released by NASA, fearing that more evidence could be erased over time. Others have begun exploring alternative sources, such as data released by other space agencies like Russia's Roscosmos, to see if similar anomalies appear in their missions. Ultimately, the mystery surrounding these two NASA images remains unresolved. Whether they were deleted due to genuine concerns about misinformation or because they contained undeniable evidence of artificial structures beyond Earth, the fact that they disappeared raises serious questions. The blacked-out sections suggest that someone decided the public should not see what lay beneath. Until the original images resurface or NASA provides an official explanation, the debate will continue, leaving us to wonder just how much of what we see from space is truly authentic. Many other NASA photographs have surfaced over the years that appear to show buildings with sharp angles and geometric structures on the Moon and Mars. These images, which often come from the Apollo missions, Mars rovers and orbiters, depict formations that seem unnatural, challenging the idea that they are merely the result of geological processes. Some researchers believe that these anomalies could be remnants of ancient extraterrestrial civilizations or even secret bases hidden from public knowledge. One of the most compelling images comes from the Apollo 17 mission, where astronauts captured a photograph that appears to show a rectangular structure with defined edges on the lunar surface. Unlike typical lunar rock formations, which tend to be more rounded or irregular, this structure exhibits sharp, precise angles, making it look like an artificial construct. Some researchers argue that it resembles the remains of a collapsed building or even a landing pad, suggesting that intelligent beings may have once occupied the Moon. Similar anomalies have been found on Mars. NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter and Curiosity rover have captured images showing what look like perfectly symmetrical walls, corridors, and even what appears to be the remnants of pyramidal structures. These images raise serious questions about whether NASA has been withholding evidence of extraterrestrial structures. The presence of artificial-looking buildings with sharp angles suggests that advanced civilizations may have once existed beyond Earth, leaving behind clues that we are only beginning to uncover. The enigmatic existence of unidentified flying objects has perpetually captivated the interests of proponents, doubters, and scholars, sparking extensive discussions and conjecture. A particularly fascinating facet of this occurrence is the documented instances of unidentified objects being observed in close proximity to the Sun. These sightings have piqued considerable interest and prompted extensive research into the nature and origins of these mysterious objects. The observations of these phenomena have sparked a multitude of hypotheses regarding the potential explanations for these events. On the 23rd of July 2020, the Solar and Heliospheric Observatory LASCO satellite, operated by NASA, captured a mesmerizing object close to the Sun. During this spectacular phenomenon, an unusual anomaly briefly manifested within the solar flare. This incident provided a unique and intriguing insight into the intricacies of solar activity, prompting further examination and analysis to comprehend the nature of such rare occurrences. The item was characterized as resembling a sleek aircraft and was compared to a classified Black Project aircraft, and it was noted for its resemblance to a slender aerial vehicle. At present, there is significant confusion among the public regarding the identity of the object. One user has highlighted that the object in question does not align with the usual entities detected by the NASA Solar and Heliospheric Observatory. This observation suggests that the object deviates from the expected norm of captured objects. Reports of enigmatic phenomena in close proximity to the Sun have been documented for numerous years, with accounts dating back to as early as the mid-1900s. These sightings, which have persisted over decades, continue to intrigue and puzzle both scientists and the general populace. Sightings of unidentified objects frequently entail the observation of entities that seem to be navigating at considerable velocities or executing intricate maneuvers in close proximity to the Sun's periphery. These phenomena have piqued the interest of astronomers and scientists alike, prompting further research. In numerous instances, celestial bodies of this nature are detected by amateur stargazers or recorded in photographs and videos obtained by solar observation satellites, for example, NASA's Solar and Heliospheric Observatory. Such occurrences are frequently the subject of observation and documentation by individuals with a keen interest in astronomy, as well as those interested in the unknown. Lately, a specific image has stirred up a commotion on the internet, leaving numerous individuals uncertain about its significance and source. The photo has sparked widespread curiosity, leading to various interpretations and speculations regarding the origins of the object. Observers who viewed the image noted the presence of a sleek, dark object in close proximity to the Sun. Oddly, there have been previous sightings of circular objects near the Sun, prompting researchers to speculate that this anomaly might be of extraterrestrial origin, positing the intriguing possibility that it could be an advanced civilization's probe sent to examine potential indicators of life on Earth, a concept analogous to our present exploration of other celestial bodies within the solar system. These occurrences have led to thought-provoking discussions within the scientific community, raising questions about the potential existence of intelligent life beyond our planet and its potential interstellar activities. This phenomenon has sparked a profound curiosity among researchers, driving them to contemplate the implications of detecting such advanced technological artifacts and the profound impact they could have on our understanding of the universe. Several interpretations have been put forward regarding the identity of this object, encompassing a wide spectrum of theories extending from sun anomalies to sophisticated forms of activity. These propositions seek to shed light on a mysterious entity that has captured scientific intrigue, prompting investigations into its potential origins. Some people speculate that these enigmatic entities harness the energy of the Sun to power their space vehicles, possibly shedding light on the regular sightings in close proximity to the Sun. This hypothesis offers a plausible explanation for the recurring presence of these objects near our solar system's primary source of energy. Indeed, experts in the field of science have recognized and accepted the notion that the expanse of space is of such immense magnitude that it surpasses the grasp of the human mind. An alternative scenario could involve the potential use of our Sun as a portal by an advanced extraterrestrial civilization. Some individuals who harbor skepticism regarding the phenomenon conjecture that its discovery may be attributed to a mere sunspot. The diverse range of forms and dimensions of the unidentified entities sighted in proximity to the Sun has given rise to conjecture regarding their source and objectives. The extensive array of shapes and dimensions observed in the unidentified objects near the Sun has sparked theories about their origins. Some individuals have depicted these unidentified objects as having a metallic composition and a disc-like shape. Conversely, there are accounts of sightings detailing craft that resemble cigars or triangles. The wide range of these reports has given rise to various hypotheses, spanning from sophisticated extraterrestrial visits to clandestine government undertakings. There is a prevalent belief within the UFO community suggesting that the unidentified objects observed in close proximity to the Sun might be sophisticated spacecraft operated by advanced lifeforms. Advocates of this notion put forth the argument that highly advanced alien societies could potentially be harnessing the Sun's boundless energy for a multitude of purposes, including propelling their spacecraft or fueling state-of-the-art extraterrestrial technology. Although this hypothesis has garnered significant attention from certain UFO researchers, it is crucial to note that it primarily rests on conjecture and lacks substantial empirical evidence to substantiate its claims. Skeptics maintain the viewpoint that numerous sightings of unidentified flying objects in close proximity to the Sun are attributable to natural occurrences like solar flares, coronal mass ejections, and sunspots. These celestial incidents have the capacity to generate atypical configurations and designs when observed from a distance, contributing to misconceptions among onlookers who may misidentify them as unfamiliar entities. Another feasible rationale for the occurrence of UFO sightings in proximity to the Sun relates to image anomalies or visual distortions. The imagery captured by solar monitoring satellites like SOHO can occasionally exhibit irregularities stemming from the imaging techniques comprising lens flare, visual distortions, or data compression inaccuracies. These irregularities might be misconstrued by observers as unidentified flying objects. Furthermore, when solar observation satellites capture images, a range of factors such as lens flare, image noise, and data compression errors might lead to the creation of artifacts, which could potentially be misinterpreted as UFOs. The examination of unidentified flying object sightings in close proximity to the Sun poses significant challenges, primarily because of the inherent difficulty in accessing reliable data and the absence of conclusive evidence. The intense radiation and heat emitted by the Sun creates a nearly insurmountable barrier for traditional telescopes to effectively observe any objects in its immediate vicinity. Moreover, the overwhelming majority of these sightings are predominantly rooted in anecdotal evidence, which is susceptible to various influencing factors such as misperception, memory distortion, and cognitive biases. This makes it a complex and intricate undertaking to ascertain the legitimacy and actuality of such occurrences. The abundant speculation surrounding UFO sightings near the Sun poses a significant challenge for researchers aiming to conduct thorough, unbiased analysis. The absence of agreement among researchers and the widespread promotion of sensational claims in the mainstream media have significantly hindered scientific efforts to comprehensively study this phenomenon. This situation has made it increasingly arduous for researchers to approach this subject with the requisite level of scientific rigor, leading to a dearth of credible and well-substantiated studies in this area. The observation of unidentified flying objects in close proximity to the Sun is a captivating and mysterious subject, which has only gained more traction over the years as more and more of these strange objects have been detected by NASA technology. The wide array of documented phenomena and the myriad interpretations aimed at elucidating these occurrences underscore the enduring intrigue surrounding the prospect of extraterrestrial existence and advanced alien technology. Despite the absence of definitive explanations, the examination of UFO sightings near the Sun serves as a testament to humanity's unyielding curiosity about unexplored frontiers and the pursuit of comprehension regarding the enigmas that pervade our cosmos. This exploration not only reflects our innate inclination to uncover the unfamiliar, but also embodies our quest to fathom the enigmatic aspects of the universe that envelop us. The extensive repository of solar and heliospheric observatory images is open to everyone, providing the opportunity for intriguing findings to unfold gradually. Lately, a specific image has sparked considerable interest, leaving numerous individuals uncertain about its significance. This library offers an in-depth collection of images from the Solar and Heliospheric Observatory, making it possible for researchers and enthusiasts alike to make new and captivating discoveries over time. Through careful observation, a substantial phenomenon generating an energy ripple has captured our attention. Numerous theories have emerged in an attempt to explain this occurrence, encompassing hypotheses related to solar irregularities, such as sunspots, abnormalities on the Sun, and even speculations about extraterrestrial involvement. There is a theory suggesting that UFOs harness the energy of the Sun to power their spacecraft, potentially shedding light on the multitude of sightings near the Sun. Furthermore, even scientists have admitted that the expanse of space is so immense that it surpasses human understanding. Another hypothesis proposes that an intelligent extraterrestrial civilization could be utilizing our Sun as a portal of some kind. Substantiated by accounts of objects observed entering and exiting the Sun, the concept of our solar system serving as a conduit for an advanced species is not without intrigue. In contrast to the skeptics who dismiss the phenomenon, some experts speculate that the startling discovery may just be a sunspot. While meticulously scrutinizing solar data, a group of eminent Japanese astronomers stumbled upon an enormous sunspot hosting an exceptionally robust magnetic field, ultimately proving to be the most potent on the Sun's expansive surface. Their exhaustive research and analysis ultimately led them to the deduction that the efflux of gas from one sunspot was exerting force against another, thus giving rise to the formation of the remarkably intense magnetic field. This elucidation provides a compelling and plausible account for the observed celestial occurrences. For decades, mysteries surrounding the moon have fueled speculation and debate, particularly following the Apollo missions. Among the most controversial claims is the idea that astronauts may have encountered evidence of extraterrestrial life or ancient alien structures during their lunar expeditions. While some still question whether NASA ever landed on the moon, the majority of experts support the validity of the 6 lunar landing missions. However, a growing number of NASA insiders and whistleblowers have alleged that the space agency has deliberately concealed critical information about what was truly discovered on the moon. One of the most well-known figures making these claims is Dr. Ralph Kennedy Johnston, a former NASA contractor and aerospace engineer. Born in 1942 at Fort Sam Houston U.S. Army Air Corps Base in San Antonio, Texas, Johnston played a crucial role in the Apollo program. He was one of the 4 civilian astronaut consultant pilots at NASA, responsible for helping train Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins for the Apollo 11 mission. Despite his extensive background in the aerospace industry, Johnston has since become widely known as a NASA whistleblower, though he rejects that label. Instead, he insists that he is simply sharing first-hand information that the public has a right to know. His allegations center around the claim that NASA is hiding evidence of ancient alien cities and advanced extraterrestrial technology on the moon. He asserts that some of these technologies are so advanced that they appear to manipulate gravity itself. Johnston's conflict with NASA began when he was ordered to destroy a near-complete collection of high-resolution glossy photoprints from the Apollo program. These images, which are reportedly of higher quality than what is available to the public, allegedly contain evidence of artificial structures and other anomalies on the moon. Johnston defied this order, choosing instead to preserve the photographs and later share them with the public. Over the past 4 decades, numerous scientists, engineers, and former NASA employees have accused the agency of withholding data and covering up evidence of anomalous objects in space. Many believe that NASA has deliberately hidden the discovery of artifacts on the Moon and Mars, as well as suppressed evidence of potential life detected by the Viking probe in the 1970s. Johnston's claims align with these suspicions, as he insists that Apollo astronauts captured photographic proof of alien structures during their extravehicular activities, EVAs, on the Moon. According to Johnston, NASA was so determined to erase this evidence that they ordered the destruction of all EVA images at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. When he refused to comply, he was ultimately dismissed from his position. His decision to go public with these allegations resulted in his termination from NASA and led to widespread controversy. In 2007, following the publication of Richard Hoagland's book, Dark Mission: The Secret History of NASA, Johnston's name appeared in quotes criticizing NASA for hiding crucial information. Shortly after, Kay Ferrari, the director of NASA's Solar System Ambassadors program at JPL, asked Johnston to resign. When he refused, citing First Amendment protections of free speech, Ferrari allegedly forced his removal from the program. Following his abrupt departure, Johnston stated that he was frustrated with the US government's decision to sit on classified evidence for more than 40 years. He claimed that images taken during the Apollo missions revealed ruins of ancient structures, including massive glass domes, towering stone spires, and even what appeared to be castles suspended in mid-air. The low-quality versions of these images that have been released publicly, according to Johnston, fail to capture the full extent of what was truly found on the Moon. Johnston remarked in an interview that he has nothing to lose. The subject of alien structures on the Moon remains one of the most hotly debated topics in space exploration circles. While NASA continues to maintain that there is no evidence of extraterrestrial artifacts, whistleblowers like Johnston argue that the truth is being deliberately suppressed. His claims raise questions about the extent of classified information held by space agencies and whether the world has been kept in the dark about discoveries that could reshape our understanding of the universe. As discussions surrounding NASA cover-ups and extraterrestrial encounters continue, Johnston's testimony serves as a reminder that not everyone is convinced by the official narrative. For years, NASA has been accused of hiding evidence of unidentified flying objects and advanced spacecraft captured in its space imagery. While the agency has consistently denied such allegations, Several former employees and contractors have come forward with claims that UFOs have been deliberately removed from official photographs before being released to the public. Among these whistleblowers is Donna Hare, a former NASA contractor, who has made extraordinary claims about the existence of high-resolution images of UFOs that never made it into public view. Hare, who worked for NASA in the 1970s, stated that she was given access to restricted areas where she saw classified space photos. According to her, NASA has a department specifically assigned to airbrush UFOs and other anomalous objects from space images before they are made available to the public. She claimed that she personally saw photographs where unusual objects were removed or edited out, ensuring that no evidence of extraterrestrial crafts would be revealed. In her testimony, Hare detailed a specific encounter with a colleague who worked in the photographic department. He confided in her that he was regularly instructed to remove evidence of UFOs from images taken by NASA's spacecraft and satellites. She also recalled seeing a high-resolution image of a disc-shaped craft floating above the Earth's surface, which was quickly removed from the room once she asked about it. Hare's claims align with long-standing suspicions that NASA has withheld crucial information regarding unexplained aerial phenomena. Many believe that if UFOs had been spotted in space or near the moon, NASA would have every reason to suppress this information, either due to national security concerns or to avoid mass panic among the public. Several other former NASA employees and contractors have made similar statements over the years. Some claim that astronauts aboard the Apollo missions saw strange objects monitoring their activities on the moon, only for their transmissions to be silenced or edited before reaching the public. There have even been reports that NASA possesses images of structures on the moon, suggesting the possibility of extraterrestrial activity or remnants of ancient civilizations. The idea that NASA airbrushes or censors UFOs from its images is not new. Over the decades, amateur astronomers and independent researchers have scrutinized official space photographs and noticed unexplained anomalies, such as mysterious lights, unusual shapes, and objects that appear to be artificially constructed. Some believe that NASA's reluctance to address these anomalies publicly is part of a broader effort to keep the public unaware of the full extent of what exists beyond Earth. One of the most compelling arguments in favor of a NASA cover-up is the sheer number of reports from former employees, many of whom had no reason to fabricate such claims. If Hare and others are telling the truth, then the space agency has been actively concealing evidence of extraterrestrial encounters for decades. Hare also suggested that some NASA employees were warned to stay silent about what they saw. She recalled a chilling conversation in which a colleague expressed fear of losing his pension, or worse, facing severe consequences for speaking out. If this is true, it raises serious ethical concerns about how much the government and its affiliated agencies are willing to hide from the public. Another strong piece of evidence supporting the NASA cover-up theory comes from live-streamed footage from the International Space Station. On numerous occasions, NASA's live feed has suddenly cut off when an unexplained object appears in the background. This has happened multiple times, leading many to question whether the agency is deliberately shutting down live transmissions to prevent the public from seeing something they weren't meant to see. The implications of these claims are profound. If NASA has indeed been suppressing evidence of UFOs and extraterrestrial technology, then the entire narrative of space exploration could be missing key information. Humanity may not be alone, and there could already be evidence of intelligent life that has been hidden from us. As more whistleblowers come forward and technology advances, it is becoming harder for organizations like NASA to keep such secrets buried. In recent years, the US government itself has admitted that military pilots have encountered UFOs that exhibit capabilities far beyond known human technology. With so much growing evidence, the possibility that NASA has been involved in a decades-long effort to obscure the truth becomes more plausible. The question now remains, how much longer can NASA and other government agencies keep this information hidden? If Donna Hare's testimony and that of other former employees are true, then the world may be on the verge of a revelation that could change our understanding of the universe forever. Whether through whistleblowers, leaked documents, or future space missions uncovering undeniable proof, the truth about UFOs and their connection to NASA's space exploration programs may soon come to light. In recent years, NASA has released hundreds of photos that appear to show unidentified flying objects approaching the International Space Station and other space missions. Many of these photographs depict unusual, unidentified objects that do not match any known satellite, spacecraft, or space debris. In some cases, the objects appear to be disc-shaped or orb-like, hovering near the ISS before suddenly vanishing or changing direction at unnatural speeds. NASA has historically attributed these anomalies to light reflections, ice particles, or camera malfunctions, but critics argue that the consistency of these sightings, along with their advanced maneuvers, suggests something far beyond conventional explanations. There have been multiple instances where live NASA broadcasts from the space station were suddenly cut off just as a mysterious object entered the frame. These abrupt interruptions have led many to suspect that NASA is actively trying to conceal evidence of these encounters. Some former employees and whistleblowers have even alleged that NASA regularly edits or censors footage before releasing it to the public. If these UFOs are indeed advanced extraterrestrial spacecraft, it would mean that NASA has been silently observing their presence for decades without providing full disclosure to the public. The increasing number of these images, coupled with whistleblower testimonies and government admissions of UAP encounters, strongly suggests that humanity may not be alone in the universe. Many believe it is only a matter of time before NASA and other space agencies are forced to reveal the full truth about what is really happening in space. In 2014, a remarkable discovery was made while examining photographs taken by NASA's Curiosity rover on Mars. UFO researchers spotted a cigar-shaped object hovering above the Martian surface, an anomaly that has since sparked widespread speculation and intrigue. The images, captured by Curiosity's right-hand navigation camera on May 4th, show what appears to be a long, cylindrical white object suspended in the Martian sky for approximately 16 minutes. This unusual sighting has led many to question whether extraterrestrial activity is being observed around Mars, and whether NASA is withholding crucial information about the presence of unknown objects orbiting the red planet. Curiosity has been actively exploring the Gale crater on Mars since 2012, capturing thousands of raw images as part of its mission to study the planet's surface, atmosphere, and geological history. These images are sent back to Earth for analysis, providing scientists and independent researchers alike with an opportunity to examine every aspect of the Martian environment. It was during one of these routine examinations that UFO enthusiasts noticed something unusual, a sleek, elongated object hovering in the sky, unlike anything previously observed on Mars. The shape and appearance of the object immediately caught the attention of researchers. Unlike the usual debris, dust particles, or camera anomalies that can sometimes appear in space imagery, this object exhibited characteristics that suggested it was something far more structured and deliberate. The cylindrical shape has been widely reported in past UFO sightings, particularly those involving so-called cigar-shaped UFOs, which have been observed on Earth for decades. The fact that an object with similar features has now been captured hovering over Mars raises profound questions about the possibility of extraterrestrial activity in the Martian orbit. Perhaps the most compelling aspect of this sighting is that the object remained in the air for 16 minutes. If this were merely an artifact of the camera, an issue with light exposure, or an optical illusion, it would not have persisted for such a significant length of time. Additionally, given Mars's thin atmosphere and lack of strong winds capable of suspending objects in mid-air, the possibility that this was some form of natural debris seems highly unlikely. Researchers argue that the object's presence, position, and duration suggest deliberate movement or control, rather than an uncontrolled environmental phenomenon. This sighting is not the first time cigar-shaped UFOs have been linked to space exploration. If the object seen in Curiosity's 2014 images is indeed an advanced craft, it raises several critical questions. Why was it hovering over Mars? Was it observing the rover, or did it have a separate mission on the planet? Some researchers speculate that Mars, being one of the most Earth-like planets in our solar system, could be of interest to extraterrestrial visitors. If intelligent life exists elsewhere, it would make sense for them to monitor planets that hold potential for life or future colonization. The idea that we are not alone in exploring Mars is both exciting and unsettling. NASA has remained silent on the issue, providing no clear explanation for the anomaly. The space agency has a long history of dismissing UFO-related findings, often attributing them to camera glitches, reflections, or natural phenomena. However, given the object's clear shape, prolonged presence, and structured appearance, these conventional explanations fall short. The lack of an official statement has only fueled speculation that NASA is withholding evidence of extraterrestrial encounters. Some argue that the object could be space debris or a speck of dust on the camera lens, but these explanations fail to account for the sustained appearance of the object for over 16 minutes. If it were dust or a photographic artifact, it would likely appear in only one frame or change position erratically. Instead, the cigar-shaped UFO remained consistently in view, behaving in a way that suggests it was a physical object hovering in Martian airspace. Another interesting aspect of this sighting is the possibility that extraterrestrial beings are already observing Mars. Some theorists propose that intelligent civilizations might have been monitoring our space missions for decades, ensuring that human activity in space does not interfere with their own operations. If this were the case, the presence of the cylindrical UFO near Curiosity would make perfect sense. It could be a probe or a reconnaissance craft sent to observe the rover's activities. The discovery of this object also aligns with previous UFO sightings around Mars, as well as claims made by former NASA employees and astronauts who have hinted at strange encounters in space. Over the years, multiple images from various Mars missions have depicted unexplained lights, hovering objects, and even structures on the Martian surface. While NASA typically ignores or downplays these findings, the sheer volume of anomalies suggests that there is far more happening on Mars than we are being told. With new Mars missions and advanced imaging technology on the horizon, researchers are hopeful that even more evidence will emerge in the coming years. Space agencies such as NASA, ESA, and SpaceX continue to send rovers and probes to the Red Planet, increasing the likelihood that another unexplained craft could be caught on camera. If intelligent extraterrestrial beings are indeed monitoring Mars, the possibility of a future encounter or more direct evidence grows stronger. The 2014 cigar-shaped UFO sighting near Mars remains one of the most compelling pieces of evidence for extraterrestrial activity beyond Earth. Its structured appearance, prolonged duration, and similarity to other known UFOs make it difficult to dismiss. Whether this was an alien craft, an unknown space vehicle, or something beyond human comprehension, one thing is clear: Mars continues to be a hotspot for mysteries that defy explanation. As more images and data from Mars missions continue to surface, the world may soon be forced to confront the reality that we are not alone, and we may have never been alone to begin with. Oddly enough, this isn't the first time that a strange object has been seen close to Mars. The Phobos 2 mission remains one of the most mysterious and controversial space explorations in history. Launched in July 1988, it was the second Soviet spacecraft sent to study Mars's mysterious moon, Phobos. The mission's primary objectives were to analyze the Martian atmosphere, surface, and gravitational properties of Phobos, but what happened in March 1989 would overshadow the mission's scientific goals and leave one of the most perplexing UFO encounters in space exploration history. On March 27, 1989, just months before Phobos 2-2 lost contact with Earth, the spacecraft captured a series of astonishing images. Among them was an image that would become the subject of intense speculation and debate: a long cylindrical object hovering above the Martian surface. Unlike anything previously observed in space, this object had a smooth, structured appearance and cast a distinct shadow on the Martian terrain below. The shape, size, and alignment of this shadow suggested that it was not a mere trick of light or a natural celestial formation. Instead, it appeared to be an actual, physical object. The presence of this cigar-shaped UFO immediately raised questions about what Phobos 2 had encountered. The object's elongated structure did not match any known asteroid or natural Martian geological formation. Unlike ordinary space debris or celestial bodies, which typically rotate or drift unpredictably, this object appeared to maintain a deliberate, controlled position. Some researchers have pointed out that the structure bore striking similarities to other cigar-shaped UFOs that have been reported throughout history, both on Earth and in space. The fact that an unmanned spacecraft orbiting Mars captured such an object only intensified the mystery. The most puzzling aspect of this encounter was what happened immediately after the photograph was taken. Shortly after transmitting these images back to mission control, Phobos 2 suddenly and inexplicably lost contact. The spacecraft was functioning properly up until this moment, leading to speculation that the encounter with the unidentified object may have played a role in its sudden disappearance. Some researchers suggest that Phobos 2 may have been deliberately disabled to prevent further transmission of images. Whether this was due to an external force or an unknown phenomenon remains a subject of debate. The Soviet Space Agency at the time provided no clear explanation for the loss of Phobos 2. While technical failures are always a possibility in space missions, it is unusual for a spacecraft to suddenly go silent immediately after capturing an unexplained anomaly. This sequence of events led many to believe that the spacecraft may have been interfered with by an unknown intelligence. To this day, the exact cause of Phobos 2's failure remains classified and unsolved. Adding to the intrigue, Russian scientists who were involved in the mission later hinted at the possibility of an external force being responsible for the failure. During a press conference, Soviet space officials acknowledged that something unusual had occurred, but refrained from making definitive statements about what exactly caused the spacecraft to fail. Some reports even suggested that the images taken before the loss of contact were analyzed privately, raising suspicions that more information exists than has been publicly disclosed. One of the most striking aspects of this case is how it aligns with other UFO encounters in space. Over the years, astronauts from both NASA and the Soviet space program have reported seeing unidentified objects in orbit. Many of these objects share the same elongated, cylindrical shape seen in the Phobos 2 images. Some theorists propose that these objects are not random anomalies, but part of an ongoing extraterrestrial presence in space, monitoring human activities beyond Earth. Additionally, the location of this encounter is noteworthy. Phobos, the Martian moon that the spacecraft was sent to study, has been the subject of speculation for decades. Some scientists have suggested that Phobos itself may not be a natural moon, but rather a hollowed-out artificial structure. It exhibits strange orbital behaviors, and radar scans have hinted at unusual internal compositions. If there is any truth to the idea that Phobos is more than just a natural satellite, then the presence of an unidentified object near it becomes even more significant. Many researchers believe that the Phobos 2 incident is one of the most compelling pieces of evidence that we are not alone. The clear, structured shape of the object, the fact that it cast a distinct shadow, and the mysterious loss of the spacecraft immediately after taking the image all suggest that this was not a simple technical failure or natural occurrence. If Phobos 2 had merely malfunctioned due to mechanical issues, there would be no reason to associate its failure with the appearance of the cylindrical UFO. However, the timing of events and the peculiar nature of the object in the image make this one of the most unexplained encounters in space exploration. To this day, NASA and other space agencies have not officially commented on the Phobos 2 UFO images, nor have they provided any explanations that satisfy the questions raised by researchers. The lack of transparency surrounding this case has only fueled further suspicion. Was Phobos 2's transmission intentionally disrupted to keep the world from seeing something we weren't meant to see? With modern space exploration technology improving, the possibility of future encounters with similar objects is very real. Private space agencies, such as SpaceX, are now launching their own missions to Mars, meaning that more eyes than ever before are watching the Martian surface. If there is indeed something out there, it is only a matter of time before more evidence surfaces. The Phobos 2 incident stands as a reminder that space is still a vast and largely unknown frontier. While scientific missions seek to uncover the secrets of the universe, there may be forces at play that we do not yet fully understand. The presence of an unidentified, structured object hovering near Mars, captured by a government spacecraft before its mysterious disappearance, is a story that demands further investigation. Until more answers emerge, the case of Phobos 2 and its final transmission remains one of the most intriguing UFO mysteries of all time. UFOs appearing in Mars images is not a new phenomenon. Over the years, NASA's rovers and orbiters have captured multiple anomalies that have sparked debate among researchers and UFO enthusiasts. The Curiosity rover, Perseverance, and older missions like Viking and Spirit have all recorded strange objects in the Martian sky that resemble classic UFO shapes, including orbs, disks, and cylindrical objects. These sightings have led many to believe that Mars is being actively observed by unknown entities. Despite NASA's dismissals, claiming these anomalies are dust particles, reflections, or image artifacts, the consistency of UFO sightings in Mars images raises serious questions. With private companies now exploring Mars, there is hope that future missions will provide undeniable proof of extraterrestrial presence on the red planet. Recently, a video feed from the International Space Station captured an event that has sparked intrigue and debate around the world. A mysterious object appearing in Earth's orbit, allegedly firing green laser-like beams toward the planet. This sighting, which took place during a live stream, has added fuel to ongoing discussions about the existence of extraterrestrial life and the possible implications of such encounters. The video, quickly circulating on social media, has left viewers fascinated and filled with questions, as the object seems to exhibit qualities not typically associated with satellites or space debris. This incident has led some to wonder if humanity may have just witnessed an interaction between an unidentified object and Earth. The event, which occurred during a routine live feed from the International Space Station, initially appeared to show a small, luminous object floating in orbit. However, as viewers observed, a sequence of green laser-like beams seemed to emanate from this object, directed toward Earth. These beams, although brief, were clear enough to be visible on the space station's feed and distinct against the backdrop of space. The suddenness and the striking color of the lights captivated those watching the feed, leading to speculation about the object's origin and purpose. The sight of green beams directed toward Earth immediately invoked images of science fiction, where laser beams are often associated with advanced extraterrestrial technology. This connection to popular culture added to the intrigue and helped the video gain traction across social media platforms. People drew comparisons to iconic scenes from alien-themed movies, adding a layer of fascination and fear to the event. The unusual nature of the object's behavior has led some to believe that it may be of extraterrestrial origin, especially since green lasers are not typically observed in known space phenomena. This sighting has fed into broader theories about the potential for extraterrestrial life to observe or even interact with Earth. The idea of lasers from space, especially directed at Earth, has piqued the interest of UFO enthusiasts, some of whom believe this incident could indicate that extraterrestrial beings are attempting to make contact or send a message. The color and shape of the beams have been at the center of this interpretation, as green laser lights are uncommon in space exploration technology currently used by Earth-based organizations. Green lasers are known for their visibility and precision, which has led to speculation that this beam was not random, but rather directed toward Earth with intentionality. To believers in the extraterrestrial hypothesis, this sighting serves as potential evidence that beings from beyond our planet may be monitoring us. A particularly popular theory among skeptics is that the lasers could have been part of a military or research experiment. The US, China, and other countries are actively developing laser technologies for various purposes, including satellite communication, advanced research, and even military applications. Some suggest that a classified satellite or test project may have inadvertently directed laser beams in such a way that they became visible on the International Space Station feed. If this were the case, the sighting might have been an accidental glimpse of classified technology rather than an encounter with extraterrestrial life. However, without official statements confirming any such tests, this theory remains speculative. NASA and other space agencies have yet to comment specifically on the sighting, adding an air of mystery to the incident. This silence has only further fueled conspiracy theories, with some suggesting that space agencies are withholding information about extraterrestrial encounters. Over the years, numerous anomalies captured on International Space Station's feeds have spurred theories, with critics alleging that live feeds are occasionally cut or obscured when unexplainable objects appear. The timing of the green laser sighting has reignited this debate, with some arguing that NASA's lack of response is an attempt to avoid public concern or the spread of sensational theories. Regardless of its origin, this sighting has had a profound impact on public interest in space exploration and the search for extraterrestrial life. In an age where almost any anomaly can become a viral sensation, The sight of green beams seemingly aimed at Earth has sparked curiosity and concern in equal measure. Whether the lasers were part of a government experiment, a natural phenomenon, or something more mysterious, the sighting serves as a reminder of how much of space remains unknown to us and how sightings like this can challenge our assumptions about Earth's position in the cosmos. In the wake of the recent sighting of a UFO allegedly shooting green lasers toward Earth from the International Space Station, people around the world have begun to report sightings of similar green laser beams striking the ground in various locations. These reports, emerging from multiple countries and spanning continents, have added a new layer of intrigue and urgency to the debate over the source and purpose of these mysterious beams. While the initial sighting was dismissed by some as a potential optical illusion or technical glitch, these ground-level sightings have made it harder to ignore the possibility that something unusual may be happening. Videos, photos, and first-hand accounts of green laser beams touching down on city streets, fields, forests, and even suburban areas have circulated widely, capturing the attention of the public and the scientific community alike. The reports have come from a diverse range of locations: urban centers, rural areas, and remote natural environments, suggesting that these green laser beams are not confined to any specific region. Sightings have been recorded in cities like Tokyo, Los Angeles, and Paris, as well as in smaller towns and villages. In many cases, witnesses report a sudden flash of green light that lasts for only a few seconds, accompanied by a strange hum. Videos shared on social media show beams cutting through the night sky with remarkable precision, reaching from above directly to specific points on the ground, making it clear that these are not random reflections or ordinary light effects. In Japan, one of the more widely reported sightings occurred in a forested region outside of Kyoto, where hikers claimed to have seen green laser beams briefly illuminating patches of the ground. According to witnesses, the beams appeared intermittently, shooting down from the sky and casting a bright green glow over the forest floor before disappearing. A group of environmental researchers nearby reported similar phenomena, describing the beams as surprisingly focused, as though targeted with exact precision. Their accounts suggested that the beams may be targeting specific locations or areas, though the purpose remains unknown. In the United States, a wave of sightings has been reported in California, particularly around the San Gabriel Mountains and some urban areas of Los Angeles. Residents have captured footage of bright green beams reaching the ground in the middle of the night, with some even claiming that the beams left behind faint, scorched marks or patches of burnt vegetation where they touched down. This pattern has fueled speculation that the lasers may be more than just light. They might be capable of delivering enough energy to create physical impacts. Though no official scientific study has confirmed these claims, the consistency of reports has given weight to the belief that these green lasers are not merely atmospheric anomalies. Across Europe, similar incidents have been recorded in rural and urban areas, including sightings in the remote highlands of Scotland and the forests of Germany. In Paris, a group of tourists near the Eiffel Tower allegedly witnessed a green beam descend from the sky and hit the ground a few hundred feet from where they were standing. According to witnesses, the beam was silent, sharp, and oddly beautiful, lighting up the night with an intense green glow that lasted mere moments before vanishing. Like the incidents in other parts of the world, the beam's appearance seemed sudden and deliberate, leaving onlookers confused and concerned. These reports have led to widespread speculation, with theories ranging from extraterrestrial activity to advanced government technology. Supporters of the extraterrestrial hypothesis argue that the precision and reach of the beams imply an intelligence behind them, perhaps suggesting some kind of alien reconnaissance or mapping operation. Some have suggested that the green lasers may be attempts to scan or probe specific areas of Earth for unknown reasons, possibly as part of a larger, organized operation.